How did you get your numbers to be that big?
It's the new update. The 16.
What?
Yeah, man. And look at what the notifications they're on the bottom now, and it's like a wheel. It's like a wheel. Did you update your phone?
No, not yet. Oh, wow.
I know.
No.
It's massive. I know. I have one for my MacBook too, but it's gonna take forever. So this one took like 30 minutes
To update?
to update. I like cooked dinner. By the time dinner was done, it was done. I was like,
Dude, how big are these updates now?
dude, I don't know.
They're like, what, like 7 gigs?
But I will say that my phone has been significantly slower.
That's where they get you.
Yeah, it's where they get you, man. I'm like,
I
man, I
getcha.
wish I didn't do that because I was on Canva on my phone last night because I couldn't sleep. So I'm like, okay, I'm just
Just started fucking overheating. Like,
no. So I kept like trying to switch tabs and add things to the Canva, and it kept like freezing for a second. And I'm like, this is strange. Obviously, it's like, okay, it's not the end of the world, but like, your phone freezes for 1 second. But it's noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like first world problems, right? Like my phone.
good. I mean, fuck. Like,
Yeah, my phone does not freeze like that normally. Okay.
That's not its usual behavior.
Yeah.
Kind of funny now that the new phone came out.
I know.
It adds on to that little theory.
I know.
That conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I literally was about to go out to the living room and be like, I'm just gonna go on my iPad, but it's fine. She was sleeping and the pencil was
Be
charging.
literate. Be literate.
And her magic wand was charging. She's a magical bitch. I'm obsessed with it.
Love it.
so,
Also, can I say real quick?
yeah.
Back to like, we're a family, you know. Literally, when he handed me this, I was like, oh my God, you picked blue. Blue's my favorite color. He's like, I know. Like, I was like, thank you. I was like, that really resonated with me. I'm like, I can't believe it. I mean, obviously, I make it known blue's my favorite color, but still, it's like the fact that, I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
no,
that
he had the thought to be like, oh, like
he got me a blue case. I was like,
Aw.
yeah.
And it's such a cute, like, shade of blue too. Like,
I
it's like,
know. I'm like, yo, man. So I was wondering, I'm like, I don't know. Did he get a case? Do I have to get a case?
Literally, it's like, I hope I do because I do drop stuff.
Yeah.
So once I saw it, I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
So,
hell, you thought
fun
of
fact,
everything, man.
and this is how we'll kick off the podcast, but when I ordered the iPads, they came the same day. I waited till the cases came in.
Yeah, you could not have given me just a normal. You could not have done it.
I don't think I could have taken that
I
out
wouldn't
of the
have.
box.
Literally, I'd have been like, so you hold it?
Yeah, like, where's the case? No, thank you.
No, seriously, thank you. That was
Yeah.
like the greatest.
So you had it that same day?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We talked about it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it.
Damn, dude, that's dope.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, of course.
Appreciate
That
it.
was super awesome.
I'm
Super,
glad.
super great
And it's,
surprise.
I guess, how has the iPad positively, or I guess like what can you do now that it was maybe a little bit difficult before, or how is it like,
Growing curve.
what's leverage?
Ooh, let
Right.
me just go down the line. Ooh. Do you want me to show you or no?
It's like I can break down.
I can
tutorial.
break it down.
She's like, I actually
for
made a
you.
slideshow in my new.
So the thing with my phone, right? My phone and my laptop, they both have apps on it. They both have things on it. Like they're connected. On my phone, I have a lot of games that we talked about. I love playing the freaking Royal.
That's got games in her phone.
Literally, I got games. Anyway, so with this, when I basically set up this whole iPad, I didn't transfer any of those games or anything like that. So that's step one. Okay.
Okay.
Then I downloaded like the Procreate and I got all the apps that we needed to get, etc. And then I don't know, something about like I love to write things out, and so it's very cool for me to be able to do that on this. And I don't know, I've been using this so much more than even just my MacBook. So I will say there's some things like editing like big things on the Wix site for our website. I will say it was a little bit tricky on this. And I mean, I could do most of it, but then I did have to go back to my laptop for a little bit.
What is it tricky about it?
So you even talk about your laptop.
Yeah.
Like my laptop.
That's fine. No. She's a beautiful bitch too. Okay.
She's the bad one, dude. Like,
She's a badass bitch.
She's a fatty.
She's a pink baddie. It's okay.
Ooh, okay, love it.
Anyway, what did you say? What was tricky?
yeah. So you said Wix was a little bit tricky. Why?
So you can't do it. You can't do like an app on Wix. You can't edit it on the app.
Yeah,
So you have to
on the
go to the
website.
browser. So the browser on the iPad, it works great, but it's just a little bit glitchy kind of with adding big things trying to resize them. It's a little bit strange.
Okay.
So I do have to do that on my laptop, but the rest of it is totally fine. So
Did you know that you could attach a wireless keyboard?
to the iPad?
Mhm.
Yes, I did know that. But I mean, I just put it right next to my MacBook and
Oh, that's right.
Oh, sick.
yeah, it's
sick.
it's my second screen.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So
sweet set.
yeah, I got like literally I was sitting on my couch yesterday. I pulled over one of my end tables, whatever, and I had laptop, iPad, it was all plugged in. I'm like, oh, where am I? I had a blanket on my lap. I'm like, I am just living my best life right now.
That sounds amazing. But talk about work from home. You're just like, hell yeah.
I'm like, who needs a desk? What?
Like, I got my couch and my iPad.
Exactly. I got music playing in the background. I'm like, this is the best life. Ari's
for you.
napping. I'm like, man, this is the best situation. And so
It's fantastic.
I felt like I've gotten so much work done this week.
Really?
Yes. As far as like the website, I mean, that was a huge one. And just, I felt so productive. I've like been able to write down my thoughts more. And I downloaded the Notion thing on my iPad, and it's like huge and it's amazing.
So good on
It's
it. Dude,
so good.
When I was like, oh my God, like I could actually feel like I can function.
I know. I'm like, add new, and then you write your notes. I'm like, oh my God. So it's so good. I feel very productive on it.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And like editing our logo and doing all that stuff. And then just kind of helping Mia with Notion and with Canva. Just doing it on my iPad.
It's so convenient too, because it's like
so
the little laptop
convenient.
in the palm of your hand.
Yeah. And also like now, so I'm also in school, finishing University of Arizona.
Ooh.
I should be graduating by the end of the year.
Oh shit.
Hey, oh my
Fingers
God, that's
crossed,
so
dude.
sick.
Oh fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
and I can-
That's
Sick.
awesome.
And then I go walk the stage at the U of A. Everybody's
so
invited.
exciting.
Everybody. I'm gonna get
That's
like
so
10 tickets. Like, everybody's coming. So,
Oh my God,
yeah,
that's
so
so
I'm-
awesome.
so because now I have 2 screens.
You get to do your homework.
I get like my
Yeah.
book on one side that I got to read the notes and stuff, and then I get to do the test, and I'm like, man, this is so good.
Hell yeah.
That's dope.
Or like Quizlet.
Oh my God.
Quizlet on one side. test-
Necessary.
Exactly. But like, options are endless. So it's just very cool. And Canvas on this is very nice as well.
Really?
Yeah. The Canvas app. It's an app.
Yeah.
You can do it all, and it's like huge. I'm like, man, this is so good. I love it. So I felt very productive this week.
That's awesome. I'm
More-
so glad.
I'm super hyped.
I'm so
I'm
glad.
going to New Hampshire next week, and I'm like, I'm not even worried about it because I'm gonna get so much work done.
I'm like, and what about it?
It's whatever.
They're really convenient on flights too.
Yes, I'm excited.
Just make sure you bring a power brick or something
Yeah.
to charge it because it will die. And that's the worst.
Yep. It did come with a power brick. You
No,
know,
I
like
mean the like a battery thing that you could just plug.
Oh. Do you know every single seat on a flight has a plug? Did you know that?
I mean,
I did not.
Yeah. Every single seat on a flight has plugs.
like supposed to or like forever.
Like, I don't know how long ago it started, but right now in this moment, every
Well, because I
flight
just went on a flight and like one of them did and the other one didn't.
didn't have like the plug underneath here.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah.
What
But
flight?
on the bigger flights, yeah. Like when we flew to Atlanta, yeah.
Oh, like the super, super small flights. Yeah, I got you there.
I get that.
They're supposed to be. But yeah, okay.
Wait, is it like a law or something?
No, but I mean,
I mean, convenient, man.
I
Everyone's
know.
like,
Well, you said with such conviction, I was like, oh, maybe they passed the
It's
law.
a
I
law.
said, no, they have.
yeah, right. Airlines can do whatever the fuck they want to
They're
do.
making sure that people have power, electrical
Exactly.
power.
Yeah. No. But then, okay, so another thing
Power
that
house.
we also, it's that so if you use apps like Procreate or if you're editing anything,
Mm-hmm.
they'll drain your battery even if it's plugged in.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So you like, and that's why I was telling you, like,
Okay. So I like to, so I read somewhere, or my stepdad might have told me one time that you're supposed to charge it to 100 and then you're not supposed to charge it again until it's dead.
oh, I don't know.
And that supposedly like keeps your battery life.
You know what I heard? My grandma told me, she's like, if you let it go on till it's dead. I guess like it's a very conspiracy theory in her head, really.
All right, I'm
She's
excited.
like, if like you let it like die and like you keep like recharging it, there's only so many times that your phone will like want to die and start. So like that slowly starts like messing with your battery. But that was I don't know.
God. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't let it die, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
No, I think it's funny though that they're just like two different
I
like
cannot.
like no.
It's below 50. I'm like, where's the fucking charger?
I'm like, because I know myself. Once it hits that 10%, I'm not.
I know.
I'm gonna go grab it,
and I'm gonna be devastated.
I'm gonna let it die, and I'm gonna be like, God damn.
Like, damn it, what am I supposed to do the rest of the night?
That's crazy.
Yeah. I will say last night I did download a game.
Oh shit, dude.
And it's huge.
You're like, I need to see it.
I needed to see it. And can I just show you guys really quick? I would
love to.
Oh my God. So it's fucking massive. So dope. So this is my game. Everybody knows I'm obsessed with it already. Look at this thing.
Oh my God, that looks so bad.
Look at this level.
Why does that look beautiful?
Holy shit,
It's
dude.
huge. Oh, no, I can't do the lightning rush right now.
No.
Level 1044. God damn.
She said that's her game.
Yeah, clearly. Jeez. How long have you been playing it? Be honest.
I think like 2-3 months. 2 or 3 months. Is that a lot? Is that a lot of levels for that long?
Yeah, I mean,
How much levels can you go through in a day first? Let's not judge right
like-
away.
It just depends on how hard the levels are because they do range from easy to super hard. And that's actually what they're called. They're called super hard levels. So it could be like I could be stuck on the same level like all day.
clearly though it hasn't
very
happened because
Okay, yeah,
You know
obviously.
what? She likes her. That's her
Eventually, I
de-stress.
beat it. I'm like, okay, you only get a certain amount of moves, and some of them are very difficult. Like that one I just showed you. I've been on that 2 days. I've been on that level, 2 damn days. Then you run out of lives, and you're like, shit.
no, I know,
Start smart.
dude. Those games are addicting, and
I know.
there's a reason why I don't have any games on my phone.
Yeah, that's the only game I have on this,
Only one I'll let myself.
So do
Only
you?
and I only allow myself to play it a certain amount of time during the day. Because literally with the pencil and moving all the time, I'm like.
How do you draw that line? I guess.
So when I play it, it just kind of like clears my head a bit, and then I exit it out, and then I feel like I can get back to it. So I don't know. I'm not addicted to it. I can stop anytime I want. But no, I enjoy it. That kind of like just resets my head, my mind a little bit. So
Yeah.
I draw the line at I maybe do like 15,
So you're not alive.
15 minutes. Yes.
It's probably like on average
So
it
I
takes
run-
you 15 minutes to run out of lives.
Run out of lives, but sometimes they have the lightning rush where you have an hour of unlimited lives. I'm like,
Well, you got to take advantage of a good
listen.
opportunity, man.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go lay down, babe, and then
You go rest. Right?
yeah, I'm feeling real tired. Then I'm laying in bed just playing this fucking
Going all
game.
crazy on the lightning round.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Royal Match is what it's called. Royal Match.
That's wild.
I saw it on like ads for so long. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking play that game. I'm not gonna play it. It's so stupid. I'm not gonna play it. Now I play it every day.
Jeez. Do you play games, Sylvia?
I don't. Like, I don't know. Like, the last game I was really into was, like, Temple Run. Like, that was, like, the last... That one was fun.
That was a
That
good
one was
one.
super fun. But I also was like, dang, like, I can get lost in this.
What's Temple Run?
It's literally, like, it's like a maze.
So
If you're...
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm really
Like
bad at
you're
explaining.
running through like ruins and there's gorillas chasing you.
Yeah.
And you have to like hop and jump over things and get under like you're just
Like, obstacles.
it's just the person is
stuff,
constantly running and you have to go up and down to
Like
like,
Angry
you're getting
Bird?
chased.
no. It's like it's constantly running. Like the person is it's like running constantly.
Like you're like guiding the person running through like
They're
this course,
running.
and like you're running
Yeah.
from a gorilla, but you also
it's like a
have to like
course.
jump over stuff and like
And,
dodge
like,
stuff.
yeah, dodge stuff. You have to swing on stuff. You got to slide under stuff, collect coins.
Yeah. And it's very just time consuming.
It is time.
Like
Well, it
it's
sounds
cool though. No,
intense,
it's fun.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's fun, but yeah.
Because if you make a wrong move and then you slow down, you stumble. The
Then you have to
grills-
restart.
Exactly. The grills fucking get you. And if you don't make it to a checkpopoint, then you got to restart.
So
at the
you
very
play that
beginning.
game too.
Listen,
As soon as I said it, she said, "Yep."
yo. I haven't played in a long time, but I do remember
Yeah.
Temple Run.
No, yeah. So yeah, I like games, but I didn't even really grow up that much like gaming and stuff like that. So it's never caught too much of my attention. Like if there's a game I'm gonna go back to every time, it's like Bejeweled. Like I like stupid stuff like that.
Dude,
Like, that's a
Jewel
game
is
of-
tight.
It's like yeah,
But-
like I like little like puzzle
You'd,
games.
you'd
like
love
that.
the royal
Yeah.
match then. You'd love it. Because it's just like Bejeweled. That's,
Well, so the thing with the difference right between games like this
Mm-hmm.
and Bejeweled is like the Bejeweled. I remember it being just a very basic,
Yeah.
like go
Talk
into
about mindless, like you're
right.
Just, like,
yeah.
That shit takes fucking strategy because you have like number of you know
you have a number of moves,
And
and,
then-
there's certain things you have to make a move next to for it to
Right.
disappear.
right.
Then you have to make 3 moves
Yeah.
next to it.
Yeah.
So for games like that, I'm a button masher. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
like I can't have an app for that. Like I need it.
Yeah, so I do remember that Bejeweled, but I don't like once they start applying the fucking storylines and shit to them, and like you get this fucking coins and special characters, and I got lost. Yeah, I got lost.
I do watch like this gameplay though. So, girl, she plays Life is Strange. Have you ever heard of that
No.
video game? It's literally just like, basically kind of like the game Life, but not really like that. Like it's structured off of this like sole person, and like you're making the decisions for this person and how like
Like
they're-
Sims?
kind of, yeah, but like just like coherent.
Oh.
Like there's actual conversations. Like there's an actual story, like storyline, but you get to decide how the story goes since you're like making decisions for this person.
Oh.
I've never played it, but like I watch her gameplay because she's
Life
really
is
cool, Sarah
Strange.
Baskin. But yeah, no, it's a cool game. Like I feel like I would probably play more games like that, but it's also just like so time consuming to like,
Really?
play them.
Man, I used to love The Sims.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Listen, I grew up video gaming.
She said, "No, I'm a gamer."
I'm a gamer at heart. I got an Xbox.
That's
It's
cool.
though.
No,
I wish
mean,
I was like,
yeah,
I think games
me
are
too,
cool.
'cause-
Yeah, we grew up on like the original Nintendo, Duck Hunt. Remember that?
I feel like the most like games I played. Did you ever play like those one games? Like it was like a little square and like it had like a little joystick. Like they'd be like super cheap. Like I'd have like a SpongeBob and like a Spider-Man one. And it's like pretty simple. It's kind of look like how fucking Pac-Man looks like that little like shred. But stuff like that, and like there's like certain levels where there's like fighting ones too. But
No,
never.
that's cool.
Yeah, like I never, that's only like console. We really had. They're like the Xbox 360. We had that like 2 of them, but they burned out so quick. My brother's just
Right.
like leave it on. So my dad was like never
Oh,
again.
because
You're
there's
not
no memory card.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You leave it on overnight.
and
'cause
it burned out. And then so after the second one, he's like, "We're not getting you guys. That's it."
that's wild.
What do they call it? It's like the red ring of death or something like the
Oh, I'm not sure.
the black ring of death. It's just some kind of the screen would like turn a certain color and have like a ring around it. They'd be like, "That your iPad, your
Yeah, it's-
Xbox was dead at that point."
yeah.
So I played Tony Hawk, and I just got it for the
Oh, I
Switch,
remember
the Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
I can't fucking play it anymore. It's been over 10 years since I've touched the video game console like that. And I was telling my friend about it, and he was like, "Oh, dude, you're too late. Like, if you didn't grow up playing video games, you didn't develop like the muscle memory.
Because like the hand and eye
It's gonna take you.
coordination's
Yeah,
pretty
it's gonna take you so much longer now than if it would have just started when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I play video games now, I start sweating, stressing. I'm like, I can't keep up.
Well,
God,
and you know what it is? So what I do is I just know that it's a game, so I don't care.
Oh,
Like
well,
I'll
yeah,
die all the
but-
time, and I'm like, it's literally just a game. I really have no emotional attachment to this. Doesn't reflect anything about me. Like,
So I got an Xbox, so the Xbox One or something, or the 7. I don't know. It's not the newest one, but it's like anyway. More story. Franz was deployed a few years ago, and I was here alone with Ari, and so my sister and her husband play Call of Duty, and I used to play Call of Duty all the time. So they were like, "Oh, get this and get the headset, and we could play as a team." So literally
That's
every
so fun.
night, like they would try to work their schedule to our time zone, and like. Yeah, and we would just game for
That's
hours.
sick.
It was
I
cool.
love that.
yeah.
So like your team and like you're playing Call of Duty, you gotta get in there, protect them, and kill people, and
Love.
so good. Yeah,
I love that was your setup. That's
that
so
was
cool.
yeah, it was so good.
that sounds fun.
that-
My
Yeah.
sister
Yeah.
got. She's like, I'm gonna get you the headset. I'm like, all
That's
right.
awesome.
So yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
came the next day. I was like, "Oh."
That's awesome. So how have you like having an iPad now?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, it's been so now, dude. Like it actually makes me want to like go into all the apps, like actually like start editing. Because dude, when we were editing here, I was like, oh my god, like it. I mean, that kind of took me a longer time. But you should have seen me trying to edit just like on my phone. I'm like, yo, like this is so much. And then with the pen too, like it's more precise, and it just makes you feel good every time you whip it out. Like I'm just like, oh, I'm just talking to her.
So
I was like, I was
bougie.
just sitting at the desk yesterday, just with my pen, and I'm like, oh, did you need something? Okay, like let me put it away really quick. Like I'll be back. Like it's just
It's a vibe.
it's not only is it a vibe, but it does make me feel more productive too.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I want to like have my iPad, and when I do have it, I'm like, all right, like let me go into like Notion, let me go into Lumi, like let me like check all these things, and like it does make you feel more productive because it's so accessible now. Like now that like I'm actually really glad that I didn't end up getting the laptop, because like I feel like I can just pull this out whenever, and like with the laptop I'd have been like, hold up guys, like, let me so it's just been the most convenient, like most productive thing that could have happened right now.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
iPads have their place for sure.
Dude,
do.
yeah.
They're
Like
so
honestly, for a second there, I was like, no, like I think they might just be dying out. Like the laptops just get better, but like this has only just been getting better.
Yeah,
Like
oh my
iPads have
God.
only just like, yeah, there might, yeah.
Yeah, did you know Apple doesn't want? So there's this. They're now getting to this line where they can't make the iPad too much like a laptop, and they can't make the laptop too much like an iPad. So you're never gonna see touchscreens on a MacBook, and you're never gonna see built-in keyboard on an iPad. But it's there. It's this very fine line because the Macs are becoming so much powerful. You
Yeah.
can do so many things with
So
them
many things.
that it's in a way becoming or making regular laptops at least, obsolete, unless you have a beast of a laptop.
Man,
Yeah.
I love my Mac. Whoa.
Oh,
Creepy echo.
I know, dude.
Yeah, it sounds crazy. No, when you were adjusting it on this side, I was like, whoa. Sounded haunted.
Yeah, it did.
What do you guys think of these arms
Yeah, I think
or
this
the
is
mics?
I love it, dude. It looks so legit. Like when I walked out, I was like, oh fuck. Like the picture too, I was like, damn.
Looks so good. I feel so, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. I don't know. I feel very hands free. Like I don't have to
Exactly
touch the.
too. And like I
Well,
can like move around more.
yeah,
It's
and-
cool.
Yeah.
For us, I bet is because we're taller. No offense.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm taking
And
up
I feel like I was having to lean. Like
Yeah, lean forward.
yeah,
No, I feel really good about this.
yeah.
yeah.
Keep my posture.
And now that you said, I was like, oh wait, how am I sitting? Because
I got my posture thing on.
and I don't have to like adjust. Oh,
What?
heck yeah. Woo.
Like how it makes my back feel a little bit better too. Like yeah, put your shoulders back.
Yeah.
I've been noticing lately when I smoke, like halfway through, like when I'm high, I'm just like, picture posture. and I'm just like, oh, that's a good habit that I.
That's a
think I
very good
developed.
habit to
Literally,
develop.
like, heck yeah. I don't know. It's been happening.
I think about it a lot. My posture. I'm
Yeah.
super
I
self-conscious.
wish. I don't know.
Yeah, makes me really self-conscious. Speaking of self-conscious, so you know who Kim Kardashian is, right?
Yes,
Okay. Do you know why she's famous?
because the sex tape or whatever.
With
I don't know.
Ray J.
Oh, is Ray J on the
It
sex
was Ray
tape?
J. One wish, Ray J.
If I had one wish, we would be best friends. Oh my god.
Crazy, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Sorry
Ray
that I
J.
said that I didn't know who Ray J was.
That's why we're like, we gotta wait.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta wait.
Yo.
Dude, right? Like,
Okay,
Kim
so-
Kardashian with Ray J. That's how her.
I literally
that's
thought
how
it was like
started.
Kanye or something, but I didn't. And I'm like, oh, they rekindled their romance after so many years, and now it's broken
I
again.
don't know, at least Reggie Bush.
no.
Oh man, did it like
Yeah.
just come out that it was Ray J, or
No.
did we know?
No,
it for years?
everybody
Oh
knows.
shit.
It's like Ray
Well,
J
she
and Kim,
used
right?
to. Well, she used to work with Brandy, Ray J's
Yeah.
sister. Like she would.
Brandy is Ray J's sister. Stop. Like Brandy, like the Brandy.
Brandy, like
Okay.
Brandy, the singer.
Yeah. No, I can picture her. I see it. Oh,
Is it? Yeah.
dang.
So Kim Kardashian used to organize closets, and she would organize.
What?
Yeah, like that's kind of like that
Is
was
that how the porno starts? Oh, I cleaned this closet for you.
I'm here to organize it.
I'm here to organize your sister's closet.
Talk dirty to me. Oh god.
Yeah, that wasn't it a failed opportunity.
It was a failed opportunity for sure.
Yeah, no, like that's how she met Ray J, and like that they got together. And
That is so
the
funny.
tape happened. Wow. Yeah.
So it's resurfacing the interwebs.
The tape is?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, it was talked about in the new the Kardashians, not keeping up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, it's not
just
keeping up. It's just the
the Kardashians. Yeah, it was brought up again, and supposedly Kanye went to go retrieve the hard drive from Ray J because he had the third sex tape.
Jesus. I did hear, on the Kardashians, her son, one of her kids or whatever, brought it up.
Right.
Like somebody at school was like,
no, I thought he saw it.
It was online. It was a chat
on the
room.
iPad.
Yeah, it was the iPad.
Yeah,
I think it was like Minecraft or some shit that were.
Like telling the kid like,
or like
the mom had the
Roblox.
tape.
Probably, yeah. Or it was a pop up, or someone
age.
knew, or
Someone
something.
said something.
I think it was like an ad or a pop up. I think I do remember that article. It was like on the side. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That would be really
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And-
That's so sad.
Imagine being a mom and your kid. That's like your nightmare.
Well, but this is the thing, like they chose to show that on the show.
They did.
Yeah.
But why?
Well,
And-
there's
Marketing, so people
Well-
find her relevant again.
Yeah, but what were you saying?
Well, I was going to say there's a thing that people like, it wasn't just like a leak. Like there's a thing that Kris Jenner like bought it and put it out herself. And like they wanted to launch Kim's career with that.
Yeah, and
Whoa.
I think
Yeah.
I heard that Kris Jenner kind of threw Ray J under the bus, but then Ray J is busting out the receipts and the contracts, and turns out that they made 2 sex tapes, and Kris Jenner watched both of them and said, "You guys need to make a third one," and it's all like documented. And Ray J is pissed because like, why the fuck would you choose to put that on the show? Like, if you really give a fuck about keeping your privacy and you don't want the shit to come back again, like if it was totally an accident, like why did it even come out on the show? The show that you have full control over and you're so proud of.
Yeah, that is crazy too. Because like, with their new show, they claim how much control they have now, and it's just like, hey, because that's also I think too. They started off the last series with that, like with the first time around that like the tape is out and all this stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah. And so like that's like they're just like, is that even real? Is there even like a tape? Because like is it just like another marketing thing for this series? But it is really crazy. But Ray J has a point too, because like there has been a while where she's like, like I've built my business off just trying to get away from that image, and then
Why the fuck would you put that on the show that you have full control of, right?
Yeah.
Like you're choosing to show that
It's
side
not
of you.
live. Yeah. You can edit the video.
Yeah, because like you can argue like, well, I'm like trying to make money off a bad situation, but it's like you built an empire already. Like, you don't need to.
You're
keep,
fucking loaded.
Like you are like Kardashians. You
Yeah,
but,
you hear that name and it's
Like
like you're no longer just associated with OJ.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
man, oh man.
But
That's craziness.
But did you know that Ray J has a bunch of businesses?
No.
Is that what he does nowadays after his one wish?
Was
that his one wish?
His one wish was to be an empire.
Well, I
An
mean,
empire as well.
I think he has like a private equity firm, and he like invests in startups and stuff.
Yo,
So
Ray J,
in a way,
Powerhouse Media,
in a
over
way,
here.
right? Like maybe he's
Come on,
he could be in it.
let you hold my pencil. Just kidding.
Like he could be in it,
That
and
would
he
be
could be part of the situation, like and. It's like, hey, Christina, let's talk about this. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'll give you.
It's like, oh man, I'm becoming irrelevant. Now he's trying to be more relevant. So yeah, I could see it. I mean, if you were famous and then you stopped being famous, would you then resurface the thing that made you super famous in the first place? Even if it was a negative thing.
I don't think so.
No?
Well,
I guess it would just depend on the thing.
It would depend on the thing and
It depends
just
how
person's
famous
perspective.
I was.
Well, that's my thing. Like, I feel like Ray J, he's pretty, like, I feel like he's pretty, like, he's the brother of Brandy. So, I mean, not only, like, yeah, he has his own stuff, but, like, he can always fall back on something. Like, because he was in a lot of the shows with her, too. Like, he was in Moesha a couple episodes. Like, he had his own, like, storyline, So, I don't know. It's just, like, there wouldn't be too much of it. At least if it was me, I was like, I wouldn't want to keep bringing this up. Like, we're both pretty well established. Like,
Right.
What's the need?
So yeah, what's the point essentially? Like, do you not make enough money? Do you need more popularity?
Well, I think it's just that there's no relevancy. And I think that the Kardashians have now literally detached themselves from reality, and nobody wants to be like them anymore.
Mm-mm.
No, that's a fact.
Have you seen the Skims website? So the Kardashians have this, I think it's Kim actually, has this, it's like a Skims website. It's a little like the scrawniest little
Yeah, it's like everything is like shapewear.
Yeah,
like
shapewear
that.
essentially. But they're like so thin and so Like, there's not much to them at all. I'm like, who is going to fit into that?
No,
Like, a normal person is not going to fit into that.
Literally, yeah. Like, I see there's TikToks of girls who are like, oh, like, unboxing the Skims dress, and it's, like, literally, like, a tube, and I'm like, how?
Literally, you spent $70 on a tube
Literally,
of
like, maybe
fabric.
Shein, like, you can go get that somewhere, like.
I fucking
it's-
love Shein.
Yeah, no, me
Shein.
Me
Oh my
too.
God.
It's so bad, but it's so good. But, yeah, no, it's just, like, they don't, it's just all about the name.
Well, yeah,
Like, I
and
got a Skims
They
dress.
just they just
That's
didn't.
it.
So they develop viewers, and they capitalize on viewership, and they haven't really built a fan base, right? Like a Kim Kardashian fan is not a real thing.
Yeah,
Like
they're a
it's
fan
not
of
something
the
to be
show.
proud of, you know?
They're fat. They're fame of the,
Right? They're viewers. Like fuck, I want to watch too.
oh God, yeah.
I don't think I would really have
new-
anything to say to them, right? Like in person,
No.
'cause they're fucking fake. I would like be disgusted, you know.
Yeah.
But I think they're just
Like
losing
Chloe.
relevancy because they're trying to become relatable again, and it's like, oh look, like I go through this like trouble too, and it's like, well,
Well, you
know,
don't.
It's funny that you say that because Kylie Jenner, she's been trying to post more on like TikTok and stuff like that, and she posted a TikTok of her just like vlogging, like a vlog style TikTok of her in her car, and like she dropped the phone, and like she's like, oh haha, and like fixed it, and like everyone in the comments was like, why are you trying to be so relatable? Like why would you drop your, like just because like that's like a thing, and like yeah, people are like pretty upset. They're like, no, like you guys are trying to like, because they did set a standard for such a long time and very high standard for women, and like made that so unattainable. So now
Yeah.
that they're trying to be relatable, everyone's like, no, like hey, you said it, now know your place, because you
Yeah.
can't come back down now, because you know they were so up top and like made it very well known, was just
Yeah.
like, no, like you guys know where we stand, and it's like,
yeah, dude, and I was biting in the ass, and
Yeah.
and because I saw something on TikTok that said, like the Kardashians are trying to become independent outside of the brand because it's like they all look the same, they all dress the same, they eat the same shit,
Like-
which is nothing.
So
Like-
Chloe,
poor
so
girl.
disappointed in her.
Dude.
She like
So disappointed.
it's
Listen,
so sad. She was the best one.
She was the
Like,
best
she was
one.
so funny, like
and
best
she was
personality.
exactly like, yeah, okay, she was a little bit heavier than the rest of them. Okay, whatever.
And not even that much looking back.
No, not even that much.
She was just more curvy. Like that was.
And
literally
then,
it.
so she started to work out. She got a hot bod, and then she got all this plastic surgery done. And I'm like, yeah, you look gorgeous, but you don't look like you. And if you go back to all the pictures of the Kardashians in the back in the day, it's like rough.
yeah, they all looked crazy.
Oh.
Dude,
Like what
so-
money can buy you, dude.
I haven't been keeping
not
up
a
with
fan.
Chloe. Like I didn't know what she looked like
Oh my
until
God, there's a new show.
so I
now.
watched the Kardashians, and I literally couldn't stop laughing because I was like, this is so extremely different.
So different. She's like, oh, I just did a healthy diet and lost weight. I'm like, bitch, no, you
That's the worst
didn't.
part, is that
Dude.
no one like admits to it, and it's like, don't try to be relatable when you are
Yeah.
the furthest thing.
You
from
did
it.
all kinds of cellulite, whatever, and pushing all your fat to your butt. And
And then they got some of it reduced. Have you seen those? Where they're
yes,
getting
and
their
now
butt
people are
reduced
mad that they're getting it reduced. I'm like,
Really?
yeah.
Is that a real thing?
to get it reduced. Like yeah.
But did they publicly come out and say it, or are they
No,
like
they're
speculations?
just, they said they're like, we're just working out and losing weight, but like you can, it's an obvious difference. Like,
Yeah.
not to be mean, but like she had a diaper. Like,
Dude, it was so
bad.
funny.
Like it was.
I thought it was so hilarious.
bad.
Well,
Yeah, man.
guess, 'cause it's
I'm
like-
shocked. The only real one I feel like out of the Kardashians, not the Jenners, is what's her
The
name?
model
Courtney.
Kendall.
Kendall.
Yeah, I think she's had the
no,
least
no,
work,
not-
but
no, Courtney, the oldest,
Well,
right?
Courtney. Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
yeah, I think
Courtney
so,
is.
too.
I love her love. I love their love. It's like
Dude,
so mushy
She's my
and
favorite.
real.
Yeah,
She's my favorite.
She definitely had a little work done on her body, but like I feel like after that, like she feel like maybe she's done a
she's
few.
just done like tweaks. Like,
Yeah, like nothing extreme like Kim and Chloe.
I feel like she's gonna step away.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, I think that's why she doesn't involve herself so much in that. She's like, yo, like I've established myself like with
Yeah.
my brand and who I am. I'm not gonna do
Yeah,
too much
like she
to do
didn't
that.
fall into the whole fucking Scott drama. But Scott
No,
was
yeah.
like,
She came out of that like way on top, and
Ugh.
good for her.
Dude,
Yeah. And now
fuck
he's-
that guy.
Seriously,
he's a
he's-
weirdo
He is.
too.
Oh my god,
He's like
It's-
dating these like kids.
yeah,
Dating
He's the
Kylie
worst.
Jenner's friend.
he is. It's pathetic. Like
Yeah.
he is an awful representation of what a man should be like, especially with that type of influence.
oh man,
It's embarrassing.
And it's crazy too, because growing up, I was like, oh my God, he's so funny, like so quirky, like he's just a fun guy.
And I used to think that shit too. I'm like, dude, you're pathetic.
Looking back, like there was an episode, like an old episode where he was super drunk and he shoved like money in a waiter's mouth, like, cause he was just like pissing him off. And like, I was like, damn, dude, like you guys aired that. And like you guys were so pro Scott. Like he's fucking gross. Like it's wild.
And then Chloe said to, Chloe said to Courtney, like the day before, after they got engaged, they had like an engagement party or whatever. And she was like, are you going to invite Scott? She was like, why the fuck would I do that? She's like, well, he's the father of your kids. Like, don't you want to involve him? She's like, fuck no. Like,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And I thought it was hilarious how concerned they were. I was like, dude.
About Scott.
He'll be fucking fine.
Yeah. I'm like.
I doubt he wants to be a part of this anyway. It's my engagement. Like, they never got
No, they never got engaged. He asked her a few times, didn't he? I think so.
Oh,
they never got married.
Good for her, because I would be like, no. Hell no.
Yeah.
Dodge the bullet.
But I did like how she was like, I'm fucking tired of putting up with his bullshit. He could figure it out. He's a man.
Like she's like, I put in my time. I put in my part. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Everyone's so mean. Like she's so mean to Scott, but it's like if you look back, was he really worthy of her?
No.
Like,
No.
Like Scott just got comfortable, and now he's like, I want to be part of this. Fuck you, dude. Like, build your own tribe.
Now that he's like older now, he's like, well, shit. I guess I got to start studying.
Yeah, I got nothing going for me except I'm the father of Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah, that's sad. That's I think it's sad because like, oh, you have fame and money and you're miserable and you're pathetic and nobody really wants to be proud to be your friend.
Yeah. And then, I mean, the whole family was like, oh, we should have told him about the engagement and then we could have brought the kids. And so I was like,
I'd be like,
right, like,
please don't come to my party.
Yeah, like, so what was it? I think Kourtney was a little bit upset the kids weren't there, and the kids were upset they weren't there because nobody told Scott that it was happening, or like, hey, I'm going to take the kids for a night, or whatever. Like, nobody thought to do that.
Yeah, it's one thing that I don't understand. I mean,
they left him out.
Like,
I was at your last one.
Like, how hard is it really to co-parent when you have that much money and nothing to do?
Exactly. Like Kris Jenner could have gone like, oh, I'm coming to pick up my grandkids.
Literally. Yeah.
Dude.
Or go send a car for
and then they
them,
could have been involved in the fucking engagement.
They could have all gone to one fucking plane or maybe two because they own a few of them.
Yeah.
And left. But like, we just didn't invite you, so we didn't even have it here. Like,
yeah. Very strange.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Scott.
Yeah. Do you think that the Kardashians could save their relevancy? Because they're trending down, right?
I mean, they're always going to be relevant.
Like, honestly, yeah. Like, I feel like, you know how people still reference, like, Paris Hilton to this day, you know? Like, it's, like, stuff like that, you know? It's just, like, she was, like...
Nicole Richie. And
No, but I mean, in terms of level of credibility and... Because it's one thing to be talked about, right? But there's another thing to actually have.
They've never had credibility.
I was gonna say, she's only will be relevant in the realm that she's in now.
Yeah, we found out that she passed the bar. Kim Kardashian passed. She passed the first one. She didn't pass the other ones.
No, it's like 3 of them.
Yeah, she didn't pass the other.
I don't know about the rest of them. I know that. I saw a TikTok though that it said that because of the way that she's going about her getting her legal. Or becoming a lawyer in California, it's like it's not just one test; it's 3 of them.
It's multiple. Yeah.
Yeah. So I should pass the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I know.
That's all we know. Yeah, I think.
Yep. And then she's making like political speeches. I'm like, who are you? What are you doing?
I could see her running for office because it's the last. Like, if you think about the trajectory of fame, like she's not going to be an actress.
No,
she tried that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And
we've all seen the SNL.
And then
she did her singing thing. You heard that song?
Oh, God.
And now she's trying to be an entrepreneur, right? Yeah. Like she started a VC fund. I don't know if you guys saw that.
She's like being an entrepreneur, but she already has.
But yeah, but it's like, okay, so what are you? Like, but now it's getting to the point where like, well, what are you offering? Your fucking social media? Like, I don't really want to be endorsed by Kim Kardashian.
No.
Yeah. Like, really I believe in your products, like, because I don't.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't.
And you see the quality of hers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kylie Jenner came out with a skincare line, and I asked for it for my birthday from my mom. She got it for me. It was like $300 for the whole thing. Outrageous. Could have just gone to get some cleaning clear at the fucking Walmart. Done a better job. My skin had such a bad reaction. And then trying to get in touch with them, it was like a nightmare. Nobody got back to you. Nothing. I was like, I want my fucking money back, dude. Like,
Damn,
like my
dude.
skin broke the fuck out. It was so bad.
Dude, yeah, and like sadly, like you do hear a lot of stuff like that. There was this video where she was doing when she came out with the skincare line, and it was a video of her washing her face, but like people noticed when she was like blotting it, like there was makeup on her face. Like clearly the products weren't doing that well if she was still like wearing makeup. And she was trying to like not really touch like her face with the product and just like kind of just putting water on her face. Because like do you think she's using her skincare? Like no, she's getting facials all the time. She's getting like going to the dermatologist stuff. Yep. Like so she just, like all of them sadly, like all the quality of all their products, because even the lip kits, like she the only reason why they sold out that much is because of the viewership, and like her era that time was so big.
Oh my god, people were obsessed with them.
Exactly.
And they'd suck on the glass or whatever and make their lips, some people's lips like got cut,
like it exploded, all that.
I Gabby has one of those things.
Does she really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's from her, but it's like a strawberry thing, and you like put it over your lips and you suck on it.
Yeah. I would like do that with like little caps as a kid. That's it.
Well, yeah, people actually sell that now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's so crazy. But yeah, I mean, I feel like none of their products that they offer are for real life.
Yeah, so I would never want to take an endorsement either, because it's just like, well, I don't want my products to be compared to like what they're
exactly.
Yeah,
right. Like, it's like they're gonna, because they're gonna be they're gonna want to be a representation of you and your product, and there's no relatability.
Yeah.
You know, and
have you seen some of their kids' birthday parties? Like, you make me feel like a badass mom, you fuckers.
She has a playtown in her house. Mm-hmm. Did you see that?
Crazy. No, I did not see that.
Yeah, she has like a little playtown, and it's just like her brands, like as if they have like storefronts and stuff.
That's crazy.
It's interesting.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Do you think there's such thing like for her as too much fame?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. But I will say, like, I don't think she has credibility. I don't think she has a voice that people will actually take seriously. And so, I mean, she could be as famous as she wants. I mean, she is. She thought she was famous enough to wear the Marilyn Monroe dress. So
got humbled.
Dude, this is the second time we talk about her.
I know. See?
Oh,
I mean,
she's relevant where she's relevant. That's the thing. Because, like, if you compare, because she is super fucking famous. Like, a lot of people know who Kim Kardashian is, but a lot of people also know who Beyonce is. And, like, I would take an endorsement from Beyonce any day
because
of
it's
the
like
week.
Beyonce earned
like,
it.
And that's the thing. Yeah. Like, and that's why she's around. Like, she'll never. That new album is on repeat. Like, it has not stopped.
Oh my God. It's so
like,
fucking good.
It's so good.
And you know what's crazy? Beyonce doesn't do the level of publicity that Kim Kardashian does. And I think Beyonce has a greater influence.
Oh God, yeah.
No, seriously.
She did. She had the push party. Beyonce did.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And now it became like a thing.
Yeah.
So when you told me that you were going to a push party, I'm like, Beyonce fucking made that famous, man.
Beyonce started it.
She did.
That's cool.
Yeah. Have you seen? There's a meme that's like Beyonce waking up every day, and you know that fish from Finding Nemo that's like with like the huge teeth that like sticks out.
No.
With the light on the head.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the
tank. With the huge teeth like coming out like that.
Yeah.
Saying that's looking like Jay-Z.
That's fucked, dude.
I know.
I was like, he's a
up,
handsome man. He just, you know.
Is he?
What a
Sometimes.
beautiful chocolate man. White chicks.
I love that movie.
So that's such a good movie. I fucking love that movie.
White Chicks is funny, dude. I haven't watched it in a long
It's
time.
so funny. It's definitely like a good movie. You could watch it anytime.
Dude,
Like, oh, you don't know
Wayans
what to watch?
Brothers, dude. Like,
Yeah,
they're amazing.
They're so funny.
That whole family is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that the reason why movies suck now is because there's no DVD sales. DVD sales are irrelevant, and back then it used to be that because like maybe White Chicks wasn't like the best movie of all time, but it's a very comforting movie that you could always throw on. And back then it used to be that you get the DVD and throw it in.
Yeah, it's like
and
a
now
feel-good movie.
that's not a thing. Those things
I
don't
get
exist
you.
because the feeling good typically is like on a game or like social media or something. So there's not that much need. So then if you make a shit movie, like a lot of these classics movies that come out, and they don't perform that well. Well, they had an opportunity to make that money on the back end with DVD sales, but that is not a relatable source of income. So now they have to budget for that in terms of, well, what if it flops, which limits the production budget, which limits the quality, which
Jeez, man.
decreases the
I get
the watchability of the films.
I can see that because I watched a movie the other day at work, and it was from like 2015, and like the plot, like the script of it, like it was just so played out. It's like you would have watched this in like an early 90s movie. Like the graphics were like literally looked like it was from the 90s as well. Like it was super outdated, and it was like straight to streaming movie, and like I can see and like that's
what was
what
the movie?
Yeah. Oh, it was Suburban Gothic. It's like this like horror comedy movie. It's just Kat Dennings and I don't know what his last name is. Cute cast, cute two main people. But I like watched it and I was like, oh, like like I like as soon as you said that, I'm like, you guys could have done such a greater like with the actors and like.
Sorry, Jesus. Oh my God, I'm sorry. It's like still vibrating. Okay. To scare you.
No, it's like this new table. We're working out the kinks.
I know, dude. It's
Lovely.
Man, I'm here for it. Man.
No,
I
it's
got my
awesome.
legs
I
stretched
love
out. I'm digging this fucking
sick.
Took my shoes off.
So real comfy.
Okay, real comfortable in this
Leaning
chair.
back. But yeah, no. That just when you said that, it made me think about that. I'm like, yeah, like that. The production of it did go down just because I think it was a straight to like streaming site, and it wasn't like they could have done so much more. But yeah, like you say, you have to account for it not doing as great.
Yeah.
Getting that money for it.
Yeah.
Well, I went to Lord of the Rings trivia the other day, and then so getting ready for that, I watched the Lord of the Rings
course.
movies, and I
That's
also
why
watched.
you had the Lord of the Rings there. That one. That's so
Yeah.
okay. I love that
Yeah.
for you. Okay.
But I also watched. We tried watching The Hobbit, and
Ugh.
it wasn't the same.
It's not.
And also, Gabby was like, "Dude, the storyline is so fucked. Like the difference between the movie and the book are so different."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, this is whack." But then it makes sense because those movies came out later.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord of the Rings are badass movies, dude.
Badass,
And-
man.
I mean, you're not a Lord of the Rings
I've
fan,
never seen
but
Well, you got to. They're
dude,
so good.
so the
You
extended
gotta force
version,
yourself to do it.
the extended version is like 5 hours.
What?
Damn. I mean, I guess it should be good if
Dude,
you're
where-
fucking sitting through 5 hours of a movie. Like, goddamn.
But they put a lot of like
I
they
get
put a
it.
lot of effort into it, and
Everything I have seen is
Where
really
can I
pretty.
watch the extended version?
on HBO,
Really?
Love it.
HBO or Amazon Prime, one of those two.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go home.
Are they really getting rid of HBO? Did you hear
Huh?
about that? That they're
What?
getting rid of the HBO stream. I've heard about. Yeah, I heard
Oh, the
about it.
HBO Go,
Oh.
not HBO Max.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, never mind. Because I was gonna say, I was like, why? Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so good.
No, nobody uses HBO Go anymore.
Oh,
It's
okay, cool.
trash.
Okay.
It's all about
That.
HBO Max.
Yeah, no, it really is.
It is. I
There's
love
so much
HBO.
good stuff.
What's the HBO Go? What's the difference?
Exactly. What the fuck is it? Exactly. You don't even know. It's not relevant.
Was it like a live
Like, next
streaming?
page.
No, I mean it was HBO. It was what HBO Max was, but it was like
Okay.
A lame version.
a lamer version.
Like the
Didn't have as
first.
much.
So that one's going out.
So it was introduced with HBO Go, and then they came out with Max, and I'm like, oh, Max.
Yeah.
Like, that's where the money.
Because I didn't know what Max was at first. I had HBO Go.
Oh.
So
I never had HBO Go.
Yeah.
I've only had HBO
just
Max.
had
Oh,
like
yeah,
all the HBO of the HBOs, like all the old shows like True Blood and Sex and the City also. And they have it now too, but they've like, I don't know.
This was more.
It's more max. It's maxed out.
Next
Like
out.
some, I've noticed when they have like the shows on HBO Max, like they'll have like little interviews. I don't know if they had that on HBO Go, but they'll have interviews with like the director and like the actors, like
Oh, I
talking
have
about the
seen
production
that.
and stuff. And I'm like, that is so dope.
I think that's what the some of the Lord of the Rings stuff is like that.
I like that. That's cool because it's
Yeah,
like,
like
really
the
nice
director's
doing
cut, right? I think
Yeah.
that's what it's
Yeah.
called
Yeah.
Mhm.
typically.
I used to always love watching because I was into film like a lot more like in high school, and I would just stay up just watching like the behind the scenes of like watching the directors and producers and how they did it. I was like, this is pretty dope.
so dope.
Yeah, like that's what I kind of miss about DVDs. It's like, yeah, like you should bring that back or have that somewhere. Like it's important, and like people, that's what gets people into
Yeah.
film. Like that's also why I feel like it's dying out because the little things like that. It's like that's
What would supplement a DVD now? Like
I
what
don't
would
even-
people? How could people make that money back?
I'd say probably paying for that behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Look like stuff like maybe another site that's just strictly like a streaming
We
platform
have
that's
so
strictly
many
stuff like that.
DVDs.
Really?
Franz has like one of those old school binders
Yeah.
of like
Love
with the DVD.
Wait, but you guys don't
sleeves.
have a DVD player.
We have an Xbox, man. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That works.
Yeah.
Is that what you use?
I mean, I haven't even pulled them
Like,
out.
I haven't tried,
They're
but I'm sure.
still in a box, man. We lived here for 3 years. We got like 20 boxes still that have not been unpacked.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. Just to reiterate, we don't have a CD player in here.
DVD player.
No, none of that shit.
When I moved into my apartment for the first time, I lived by myself. It was a tiny little apartment, super cute. Me and Bo. I didn't have anything. Like literally no furniture, nothing. I bought an Amazon bed. I got like a couch. Actually, so you know those like bowl chairs. So I had a bowl chair, and me and Bo would snuggle in the bowl chair. And so I went out and bought a DVD player, and I had a TV. Didn't have cable. Didn't have nothing. It wasn't a smart TV, so I had to go and get a DVD player, and I bought like 4 DVDs, and I'm like, cycled them through.
Like, and this is my entertainment.
Yeah, I'm like, this is it. Yes, I want to watch again. Deleted scenes. Oh my God.
That was so fun, though.
Yeah.
And, like, bloopers and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That's good.
So funny. So that's what DVDs.
I'd subscribe.
I don't think you could get back to that unless you maybe introduce like some kind of merchandise or memorabilia
Oh.
that maybe unlocks.
Oh, that's cool. Like, little QR code somewhere on.
Yeah, like
That'd be fun.
do you guys keep up with like Web3 at all? Do you know Web3, like non-fungible token, like NFTs and stuff? No?
Oh, no, I don't know anything.
Okay.
Nope.
What's basically you know how now you have a serial number of
Yes.
things, right? And there's only so many serial numbers available, so that's so you can verify authenticity, or you could preset that digitally as well, to where only so many slots unlock whatever. So you could have a QR code where by scanning and accessing that link, you can only access that link through the QR code, which there's only so many QR codes available, which means there's so many links available, which means that you could, in a way, duplicate that same type of scarcity, but from a digital perspective.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Didn't know about. Well, that's cool. I'm glad there would be a way.
No, that's super
That's
cool.
smart, though, yeah, to have something like that. And it would be a closer connection with the fans. And I think that would get more of the people hyped for movies if like there was like more special.
Yeah. And now, I don't even know how movie theaters are staying in business, to be honest.
It's because they have the fire-ass snacks, dude.
That popcorn, dude. Nothing hits like theater popcorn.
It's fucking expensive, though. I remember it
So
being
expensive.
$1.99 for the big-ass thing, and fuck inflation. Yeah, but inflation's only like 9%. This shit is like $9.99 for the same thing. And I'm like, dude, like, you buy this, you probably get the kettle by like 25 cents a pound or some shit, and you make thousands of dollars of cheap-ass popcorn. But, like, it's...
Paying like $10 a pop. It's
Yeah,
like, wow,
dude.
Yeah.
I was a little
So we
disappointed.
have all the
No,
movie
it's-
theater butter and the movie theater popcorn and make it like in a pot.
I
Yeah.
love that. No,
I'll bring it next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring some
So
popcorn
we need
next
some
week.
Is it the
popcorn
same?
for the pod.
Yeah, it's so good. So I also got like these seasoning packets for like popcorn seasoning. Oh my
Yeah.
God, so good. It's the same. It's buttery. It's delicious, but it's better.
Do you have like a popcorn? Did anyone have like what's your popcorn recipe? Like what seasonings do you like put
What
on
do you
your?
mean?
Do you like
So-
cook up your popcorn? I don't know. Like as a kid, I'd put like lime, like cheese, like
Yes.
tapatio or like red like
What?
hot sauce. Like I feel like yeah, you gotta hook up.
So they make them now specifically for popcorn. So it like sticks to the popcorn. It's super good.
love
Oh my
that.
God. So we have like sour cream and onion. We got like jalapeno. We got garlic. Oh, it's so good. White cheddar, just sharp cheddar, like whatever you need. We got it.
Heck yeah.
Damn.
Then we got the
Little
butter
popcorn
spray.
party.
Butter spray so
Damn,
that
you
it sticks to the popcorn. Like it's got a whole. I got a little.
You have a setup. You have a setup.
We
We're
love
having a popcorn
popcorn.
party at your house.
Yes, we are. We love popcorn at our house. So
No, we love
and we have like the little the boxes like that you can
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
you can throw away after.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Also have U of A like memorabilia of a popcorn. It's like a plastic popcorn thing.
That's cool.
Got it at a baseball game.
Hell yeah.
Yep. We love popcorn.
Popcorn.
Yeah, I just would just pop it as a kid.
Just popped it as a kid.
That's
Oh,
it.
I mean, yeah, same.
Just had a
Yeah.
plain.
No, I was like so
Oh,
obsessed
Maybe
with
put-
popcorn.
Oh no.
Maybe put like some lime. That's it.
Like
I
melt
used-
some butter, put some salt
Dude,
in
I
the
used to be
butter.
disgusting with it. I would always like every day after school, like that would be like I'd have a bag of popcorn, but I was that nasty kid that would I would like rip the bag
Lick the sides. Oh my god,
dude, it was so
girl!
bad and so
I would literally
gross.
suck on the
I'd be watching Law and Order.
kernels.
It's so bad. It was so bad. I'm very
Suck on the kernels to get the flavor of the last bit. Oh my god,
dude, that was I loved popcorn.
Girl.
I would do that every day. It was so bad.
I'm so glad nobody's here to watch.
Literally just in my little corner.
Yeah, like licking the bag. Like, it's so good.
It was so good. It hit. I could never do it now. Like
No, now I'd probably throw up.
It'd be so repulsive.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, I loved popcorn, and that was my shit.
Yeah.
I'd always do it.
Yeah. What's something else from your childhood that you wouldn't like eat or drink now?
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know.
I don't know, dude.
Like, I remember when you were like teenager, everybody drank, like, with your friends. Remember that blue hypnotic bottle?
Yeah, dude, I just had some.
Just gonna say.
Shut up.
I had, you know what an Incredible Hulk is?
No.
So you take half Hypnotic and half Hennessy. And it turns to this green, green, like this but green.
I would die. Oh my god. I bet. How was that hangover at?
Well, man, I only had 2.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah.
Yo,
I can't
Hypnotic.
imagine like.
That was. I remember I went to my first house party in high school, and like I was carrying around a bottle of Hypnotic. I was like, "Yep, that girl. This is
like,
my little blue bottle."
Yes, and it was so cool. Like I felt so cool.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess like I don't drink Jaeger anymore. I guess I drink
I've never-
Jägermeister.
That's
Yeah, Hypnotic and strawberry Smirnoff.
yeah. I can't do what is it? The Sky vodka.
Oh, the Sky vodka?
I can't do that. I remember I was at a house party once. Some girl had it like in her arm. Oh, dude, I'll never forget it. Like
That's
it was
gross.
It was so gross, and I was like, oh, this will never touch my lips again. Like
Oh.
this is gonna break. Or I can't do Malibu anymore. When I first started drinking, I was a Malibu
shit,
pineapple, Malibu
Yeah.
pineapple
Yep.
person for the longest time, and like.
I'm sure everybody has that in their freezer.
Dude, I can't even like anytime there's like a pina colada, like even
Yeah, I
hand
can't smell
sanitizer. I'm
it.
like, yo, I
Yeah.
need to rewash my hands.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
Like
bad.
if you look behind your iPad, it's a shot glass.
Oh, that's a shot glass.
Yeah, would you grab it? That's
so
how you
sick.
praise. That's how you praise a dark lord
Oh, shut up.
that we call the Jägermeister.
Oh my
It
god,
looks like a little candle cap. But
it does. It looks like old
So
school
it's like the
candles.
deer.
Like, put it out.
Yeah, so it's like the deer. Yeah,
this is sick.
yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah, I used to be very big into Jaeger.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this was the Jaeger, like,
Jaeger bomb.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
That's crazy.
I haven't used
smell?
it.
I don't think I ever went through like a phase of dark alcohol. Like I think
You
I
never?
never went through a dark alcohol phase.
Yeah, I just drank whatever was around, like
I'd always
to
be so
party.
scared. It always just hit my stomach crazy, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a bad time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, I can only drink if I do drink now is finer liquor.
Yeah.
Just because I don't go there anymore.
Right.
You know, I only
You drink
drink.
for social, not to black out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like I
Don't drink to get fucked up.
not anymore, dude.
No, it's bad. I'm still at 25. I don't even want to do that anymore.
Yeah. No.
Well, that's when it starts, dude. Like when
Yeah.
when it starts hitting, it's like 24, 25. When the hangover is like,
I had a couple beers last night. This morning, I was like, hi. When I like answered the phone, I was like, dude, I can barely
dude,
talk.
no. See, like beer.
It's so bad.
Ugh.
I know, and it's my favorite, but I need to stop.
Oh my god.
I
You like
know.
beer?
I do. Like,
What's your
especially
beer?
at the end of the day. Well, I really like Modelo's, or I like Blue Moon. I like sours. Like I think that's what they're
IPAs and like
called.
like sour.
Not IPA. IPAs are crazy. I can't do that. But like just like sour, like I guess that's what they're called, right? They're fruity beers, like Blue Moons and stuff like that,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Shock Top. Like I like stuff like that. But
You should try this. The beer is called Sittin' Pretty.
ooh,
Oh god, it's
Cute.
sour and it's fucking delicious.
oh hell yeah!
I don't drink anymore, but you should totally do. Let me know
will.
how you think.
No, I
You can
will.
get it everywhere. It's like a little cute little
Sitting
6-pack.
pretty, that's cute.
And it's a
I'm gonna look
super
for it.
cute little can. It's like white and it has like a bunch of decorations on it. It's super cute.
Oh, I love. Yeah, no, I love beer.
That's probably my favorite beer.
Heard
How much does the packaging influence, I guess, your purchase of something like
a
that?
lot.
A
At
lot.
least for me.
Yeah.
Like when I go get wine, I'm like, what's the wine
I
I get
know.
is super pretty. Like there's a cute little fairy on it. Like it's
Yeah.
like so majestic. I'm like, beautiful. It
yeah, we
plays a lot.
love like the cool labels and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Or,
Like, you drink wine. Have you heard of the 19 Crimes wine bottles?
Mhm.
So like on the label, there's a 19 Crimes app. Or,
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, and the label comes to life. So
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, it's like a history thing of like, it's so cool. And you like watch this dude talk like through your phone. You're like, this is kind of creepy, but really cool. And you
like
scan the label and it comes to life. So
Sick. I think packaging like that's cool.
I
You
know.
It's like it gets people to keep buying it. Like,
exactly.
You know.
I mean, There was one.
I want to see which one it is.
There was one that we had Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's rosé, right?
I
It's
don't.
red, isn't it?
I don't
Or
remember.
okay.
Well, I mean, it was on the 19 Crimes bottle of Snoop Dogg. So he was a living label, and so like he scanned it, and Snoop was like, "What's Snoop Dogg?" And
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I love packaging. There's like this vodka I get. It's Kettle One. It just like looks so freaking pretty every time I get it. I'm like, that's vodka I'm getting every time, and it tastes good too, and it looks good.
Yeah, tastes good, looks good. Doesn't give you a hangover the next day.
Yeah, I like kind of one.
Yeah,
I like when they can like double as decorations.
Like
That's how I like my alcohol. I like it. Yeah, no, because that wine
Yeah.
bottle is super pretty. Like,
yeah, it is. I like it.
that's gorgeous.
I'm curious. I hope it tastes good for you one day. Are you
Yeah.
ever gonna open it?
Yeah. So those are the seasonal, like typically they're like
Oh, I see the
go
10 on
to.
there.
Yeah, they're like go to gifts. So we have a wine subscription
Oh,
and we just
I love that.
we
That's
need
cool.
a gift.
That
Like
is
that's
cool.
the like
That's
a
a
good
perfect
gift to
gift.
give.
I mean,
Yeah.
who doesn't love? I mean, most people.
Who
love
doesn't
wine,
love wine as a gift? Oh my god.
I would.
Yeah.
best
And then it's
wine.
local wine, so
Mhm.
Oh,
it makes it
awesome. That's
significantly better.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just, I typically when we'll go somewhere that we haven't been before or it's the celebration of something, that's the go-to gift, right? Like go buy a bottle of wine or go buy a bottle of whatever and then just to gift it. Well, what started happening was this is like everybody does that. Well, not everybody, but there was like multiple people that would do that. And then, I mean, the chances of you getting the same wine as somebody else that went to the same store that you did on the way there are significantly higher.
Mhm.
But if something like that, where it's like, well, those wines are seasonal, meaning that there's only so many bottles that are produced,
Right.
and us getting one of those bottles
Yeah.
just adds to the story and makes it just a little bit more enjoyable,
No, that's
just
very
from
cool.
as a gift and as like from the person that receiving the gift.
Mhm.
We're not just getting this, that because you can't just go buy that.
No, you
That's
can't.
what's cool about it.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're really
A more
into
personal gift.
We're really it is more personal. We're really into like the fine liquors, you should say. I guess it's not really liquor. The whiskey and bourbons. My husband has a collection of them. And so far he just hit his 20 years in the Air Force. And for his anniversary I wanted to get him a 20-year Pappy Winkle, which is like a super hard bourbon to find. So you go on, you like search it up and they say like, oh, what the wholesale price was $199, right? So you're like, okay, that doesn't seem too bad for a good bottle of whiskey. And then you go to try to buy it, and you literally $2,000 starting.
Oh shit!
Yeah, for this bottle of whiskey. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah, like,
So
it was a thought to count.
yeah, I'm like I'll get you a picture of one. No,
I'll frame it.
Like, I'll
yeah. I told him, I said, when we get big, when we get real big, when my first big paycheck, buy you a Pappy.
That'd be a cool one.
I went,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
my man. I couldn't believe
That
it.
is
I wanted to
wild.
get it. I was like, man, I can't believe that it was that much. I looked everywhere. I even emailed the owner of the Pappy Winkle. His name is Julian Van Winkle, and he is the great grandson of Pappy. Pappy was there. That's what they called him. Grandpa Pappy, you know.
Mhm.
And so I asked him, I said, hey, my husband's 20-year anniversary is coming up from the military. Like, I wanted to get him something really special. Could you help me find or give me a 20-year Pappy Van Winkle? And even he couldn't find one. Couldn't find one. We went back and forth to emails. He couldn't find one either.
Wow.
And so I guess it's a misconception. Well, I thought because he's the owner of the company, he could get it. That's not how it works. It goes through the distillery, and even the owner of the company can't be like, hey, give me a bottle. Like, it's some kind of law with the...
It's like once it's like distributed, like that's just to the public.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you can mark up that kind of whiskey as much as you want.
Yeah, I didn't realize how serious people take like their fine liquor or
It's-
like wines.
it's
Like
crazy.
when
Well, anything.
I got
Yeah,
it,
it's anything. It's the
Yeah.
craftsmanship
Yeah.
of it, like, and
and
dude,
it,
I
it really
love
is a craft. No, it's
I
really cool to
fucking love
see.
it.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
it's such a under marketed market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, a freaking $20 bottle.
Because
that
people
much,
spend
like, yeah.
well, but this is the thing,
It's
people
an
spend so much time learning how to do that one thing,
Yeah.
and they don't know how to tell people about it.
Yeah.
That's why I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's one, I forget the name of the bourbon that Franz gets, but it's like, it's bourbon that's distilled in a wine barrel. And then it goes like literally,
Port.
no, it goes like, it's a specific bourbon. So like the wine
Oh,
barrel gets
never mind.
drained and
Never
then,
What I'm talking about is the opposite.
Okay, so no, the wine barrel gets drained, so there's wine like lingering in it, and then they put the bourbon in it to get distilled or whatever it does in there. I don't know. And then they put it on a boat, and then it literally goes out to sea for like a year. And then it comes back, and then I'm like, what? But that story, they like created this whole story, and it's like very, like makes people want to buy it. Right?
Very enticing. I'm just like, I would love to, because I'm not a bourbon person or whiskey, but I would like to try
but
that.
That kind of bottle, you're like, man. And Franz loves to like find out the story behind each bourbon, and then like bourbon or cigar. And then like he loves to tell people about it. And then he's like introducing people to different whiskeys and like brings them over like, oh, try this one.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's such a cool culture. Like
it is. It's I didn't realize it was like a whole thing. So he doesn't have Facebook, but he uses my Facebook to go on like the marketplace and groups and stuff. And he found a bunch of bourbon people on Facebook and Reddit and all stuff. And now they chat in the groups like, hey man, I'm looking for this one. And they send each other samples. I'm like, this whole thing is crazy.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So how cool is it, or what does it mean, I guess, for you seeking out a product like that to be able to get in touch with the company owner?
I thought it was very cool that he responded. It took me quite some time to find his email. And I'm not going to say like I found there's a few websites you can go on, right?
Yeah, well, that's public record. Like, so you Google anybody's name, you can look up where they live and their phone number.
Yes, but if they like try to make it private, they can. Like if you have enough money or whatever, you can privatize your like entire life or whatever. So he had his life privatized, and I dug deep into the webs of the webs and found his email. And so I emailed him.
But from a, I guess, business marketing perspective,
I thought it was very, very cool. Sorry, I know I was like, oh my God. Anyway, I thought it was very cool that he took the time to personally respond to me. I thought that was very, what's the word I'm looking for? Personal. Like it was a very personalized message, and he was very receptive to what I was saying about how my husband's 20 years anniversary, and he was like, oh, that's so amazing. And and I stopped emailing him because I asked him about this back in April, and it might have even been sooner than that. I emailed him first, and then he emailed me literally probably in a few hours, was right back to me. And so he's kept emailing me being like, hey, I'm still looking like each month. I even got one like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, I emailed him and I said, hey man, getting close on the anniversary, September 10th. I was like, oh, sorry, I still haven't found one. I'm like, oh man. But I thought it was very cool. Yeah. Like for somebody as well known as him, his name is Julian Van Winkle. For somebody as well known as him and as well-known company, for him to take the time to do that, that's very cool. Just says a lot about their company. What
does it say about it?
For me, so it's a family-run company. I'm sorry, I'm a little stuffy, and I'm like sounding stuffy.
Do you need a tissue? Get you a tissue?
Okay. I'm okay. But for me, I just thought it was very cool. It's a very strong family-run company, and so for them to kind of let others in that way felt very like he was like, yes, I'm gonna look for this for you. And I genuinely felt like he was actually going to do that. And then he took the time to go back to my emails and then respond to me again. And it just felt very like he brought me into the family almost. Like, obviously not to that extent, but it just felt very personal. And I loved it. I thought that I was like, that's really how business owners should be. I love it.
You think so? You're gonna continue to buy that?
Oh, I'm going to buy a Pappy. I'm going to buy one.
Like, that's just set in stone.
That's set in stone.
How do you think
wherever
other businesses could replicate that level of comfort to their customers?
How? I think literally like it starts with the owner, honestly, because it sets an example. It sets, he can have an assistant and be like, oh, hi, like I work for Julian and like I'll look for it. But like Julian's like, hey, no, I'm here and I got your back. And like working in industries like that where I've had to be the face of it, it would be not like it does add a special touch. Like working where I work now, like it's nice to have the owner be like, hey, I'm here and like, I can help you out with some, like, they're cleaning plates, like they're explaining menus to people. Like it really adds that touch that makes it feel like home. And it's like, hey, we are all like equal. Like, hey, you are just someone here that's trying to have a good time and I'm trying to help you the most I can. Yeah. And that's how businesses, it's mostly how it should operate. I mean, that's how you get more business, creating that personal relationship. And I think that's one of the most important things that a lot of kind of business owners don't really grasp. Like some small, like it's just like, hey, like that's kind of that's your clientele. Like you have to make people feel like that. I mean,
because he could have been a dick. He could have been either not responded or been like, sorry, no time for that, or something along those lines.
Yeah, or like go on eBay.
go on
Right?
Google, yeah.
But now, so there's like this, not a conspiracy, it's actually happening. People are selling empty Pappy bottles, or like, they're selling empty Pappy bottles on eBay. So people are buying them and then putting it on, like filling it up or whatever with a different whiskey, and then selling those for like thousands of dollars.
Damn.
And literally, one of them made it to a shelf at a liquor store. I think it was like California or something. I don't know. And the news station went in and they found it, and they were like, "Oh my god!" It's this whole thing.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So they warn you about. So I went down a little bit of this rabbit hole. So it didn't start with Julian. It started with Buffalo Trace Distillery, because that's who actually distills the Pappy. And so I messaged them first, and they were like, "Oh no, you got to get in touch with this person, blah blah blah." And then I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So then I had to go down the road. But so they're the one who's told me, they're like, "Just be careful out there, because people are selling fake bourbon. Like it's not fake, it's real bourbon, but it's not the bourbon that you're
paying
want.
for.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like some $50 less than probably."
Yeah. And that's awesome too, that lookout. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I'm like, "Thanks, man."
Yeah, like every personal touch, I think it's the most important thing.
It really
like
is.
you really got to create that.
How do you think though business owners could replicate that to the masses?
I mean, I don't know, really just like being genuine about your business. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like,
How are people supposed to know that you're genuine though?
building relationships like that, building rapport like that. I think not just like really speaking on like, I have this and this that I can offer you. It's like, what can I do for you? Like, how can I help you?
Right.
But outside of personal relationships, like how can you
Like marketing wise, or I'm not really sure. I guess more just making it a more friendly invitation. Like it's just like kind of allowing yourself, putting yourself up to be like, hey, like I am going to be this open, and hey, like if you ever did need anything, we got you always. Like it's 24/7 time.
Yeah, I think it's the accessibility of the face, right?
That's
like
the word.
Who the fuck owns this? Who like and literally is who can I blame? If this sucks, who can I blame? Right? Because that's what we want.
Yeah.
You want to be able to point a finger and be like, "Well, you fucked this up," or "This is your job," and
Right.
like that gives you a sense of comfort, because we look at us, right, as a company. Well, we would deal with someone, and if it's something that is not up to a standard, well, we're not blaming anybody else but ourselves, and even the client, right? But also individually, whose responsibility was actually for this to get done,
Right.
and to figure out. Well, ultimately, it comes down to whoever's in charge or whoever's the owner, because it's their company.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that I think being accessible in terms of in the media, like making a podcast or getting on the live platforms, or being the face of the brand and saying that, hey, this is what I believe, and this is our company, and this is what we stand for, and this is how I live, and how I apply the same principles that I'm talking about and for my company. Like I actually live by these principles, and this is how I can in a way prove it, right? But not trying to prove something, but
just putting that out there. Like,
like generating that transparency.
Yeah, exactly. And if somebody emailed us, like say like another Carson emailed me, Carson was like, "Hey, how do you help me on this? Like, how do I do this? Blah blah." I wouldn't be like, "Oh, you have to hire us to get that." I'd be like, "Oh, you could just do it this way, or give them actual tips, like help others."
Yeah, then that goes a long way.
And then build that trust with transparency.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just the reality that a lot of business owners want to hold on to their secrets, but the idea, well, in my opinion, just the secret is not hard. It's just you have to have the discipline to do it.
Yeah.
And for someone that will want to work with a media company like us, it's not like we invented media, right?
Right.
However, like, you're not going to outwork somebody that's all they do is media. Like it's impossible. And if you want to be the best, like why would you not invest and prioritize such a big leverage point in terms of marketing?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Did you guys hear that Facebook is making a comeback?
How so?
So the way the attention has been, right? It's first it was Facebook had the initial attention, the wave of initial attention, right? Everybody was on Facebook, but then Facebook got really shitty and really diluted. People started splitting from Facebook to Instagram to Snapchat, right? Then TikTok came along. In the meantime, this shit was going on while everybody was trying to compete with the personal attention of Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. YouTube was building and collecting this massive backlog of attention because even though you were trying to choose between, oh, do I use Snapchat, TikTok, or Snapchat, Instagram, or Facebook, you were also on YouTube.
Always on YouTube.
So it doesn't matter, right? Like, so
YouTube is like the prime.
Right. But now there's this, the competition of the instant
gratification.
Yeah, not the instant gratification, but the fast content such as TikTok. Well, now Instagram Reels is trying to make a comeback, and YouTube is trying to come up with a way to get that, like, regain their attention,
like the YouTube Shorts and that kind of thing.
Right, right. So, but now because the attention has shifted, and now YouTube is included in the conversation. There's this other player called Rumble, which is a competitor to YouTube, a direct competitor to YouTube, because they do the exact same thing. However, their claim is that they're not going to take you down. Like, they're not going to censor anything. So that's their claim. So with that being said, there's a new space for Facebook, where Facebook has now been in the game for so long that has now taken the place that YouTube had in terms of the backlog of attention. Because there's a lot of people, like, you know, do you have Facebook? No. You don't have a Facebook at all? No?
Nice.
You have Facebook?
I do.
Do you use your Facebook?
Yes.
I have Facebook. I never use it.
I know. I'm on your Facebook.
Okay, cool. So literally, right? So it's like, okay, so we all know what Facebook is.
I invited myself to a group from yours to mine yesterday.
Cool.
Yeah. And you had like 160 notifications.
Oh, clearly, like, I don't fucking, like, I don't
ever.
use it. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what's going on now?
However, there now, like, so I'm still on Facebook though, even though I may not use it. Like, I'm still on there, and then our business is also on there, and every business is on there as well, right? Like, this is the number one source for business and reviews. It's now Facebook competing with Yelp, right? But then Facebook, you get a sense of credibility from who's posting versus Yelp, because Yelp, all you need is a Gmail, right? So now Facebook is creating or pushing more organic engagement to compete with TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts, because they're very algorithm based. You hear all the time, like, oh, my algorithm has me looking at whatever the fuck on TikTok, or
like, how did I make it to this side of TikTok?
Right. But it's like, you're playing with the algorithm and all this shit. Well, now Facebook is taking this opportunity to say, okay, well, we're just going to do organic engagement because nobody's doing organic engagement. And there's like the last thing they have to hold on to, because they're continuing to lose credibility. So as far as for Facebook for business, that's really that's like their last play, essentially. Their last card, because Meta's not doing good. Instagram's not doing good. WhatsApp is doing good, but it's not. It's such a product of Facebook that you still need that. They're like kind of revamping that whole Facebook backlog, which is very interesting. So
that is interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I do like Facebook. I think Facebook for business is very cool. And I mean, you can hook it up to so many different things now. So they are definitely.
So, okay. You just did the Facebook, right? The Facebook page?
So the Facebook page. You can hook up your.
I guess talk about it, because I just logged in and I was like, fuck, dude. Yeah. What is this? Like, I had never been to this site before. Yeah.
So Facebook started, right, as the new MySpace.
Right.
Everybody remembers Tom from MySpace. So Facebook.
Old buddy Tom.
Look at Tom. And then so Facebook started to replace MySpace, which it did successfully. And you had the wall, and then now you have the timeline and all that stuff. And
is it now the feed?
So now it's like the feed, like it's your timeline feed. So it's at first you only saw things that you were friends with, like from people that you would post with. Then it became like groups and pages and businesses and all of like, it's just grown so much. So I added our Powerhouse Media onto Facebook yesterday, and there was so much that went into it. Like, you put a description in the backlog of the description to put that onto Google, essentially. So you have your regular description, there's keywords in your description, and then you have to take those keywords and put it into a back room, basically, where nobody sees it but Google. And Google then is like, okay, I'm happy with your keywords, that it all flows. And if your Facebook page, your website, everything flows nicely, then Google's likely going to put you on the main page. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so I did a Facebook page, like I said, and you can connect so many different things. And so I've actually been reading about Facebook booking, and I guess like more businesses get more booking and everything if you have your actual hours that you're available, and you have the Facebook booking, and you have a phone number that people can reach out to you and actually like text you, not call. So if the people can book with you on Facebook, you're more likely to have more content through Facebook, more connections through Facebook via your company. So we're on Facebook booking, everybody. Relax. Facebook booking, it's hooked up to our Powerhouse Media.
Perfect.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
So Facebook is wild. And then the Facebook for business, you can set up ad accounts, and then you could set up campaigns and all of that stuff when it comes to making ads. And
yeah, that's like a whole different thing.
oh yeah.
Like,
So there's Facebook, and then there's Facebook for business.
Right.
Yeah. It's a completely brings you to a completely different page, and then it goes down to like analytics, how many people have visited your page, how is your post doing, how many people have seen your post, everything. So it breaks down all of it. And you can hook up your TikTok, I think it's Snapchat. You can hook up Snapchat too.
Really? Okay.
I think so, yeah. But yeah, so you can hook up TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all of it. And all of them can be flooded now into your Facebook for business.
That's fucking fantastic.
I know. It's wild.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, no. I mean, I just feel like now that's all I really see Facebook being used as, which is like so great. Like, I think that's like the best way to go about it. Cause I mean, who's on Facebook the most, you know, like that's like, you're hitting like you're hitting like a prime target with that. So that's all I ever see is like businesses.
How come you don't have a Facebook?
I just never, I'm not really a social media. Well, before all this, I didn't really care too much about social media. So I was like, all right, that's an extra thing that I'm going to have to be looking at.
Did you ever have one? Like, did you make one?
Yeah, I did for a little bit. Like I had one in high school, like, cause I was MySpace kid and I was like, all right, let's try this out. Like we'll go for it. And like, I was just like, it's not hitting the same. Where's the music? Like,
yeah,
no,
right?
for
Like,
sure,
I want to listen
dude.
to everybody's
Dude,
songs.
it has to be blue. I'm like, well, I want it to be green, like, or
like,
could it be red sometimes?
like, why does everything look the same?
Yeah.
It looks
Remember when
all-
you like used to not even have a cover photo and your picture was a square?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Did you fall for this link makes your timeline blue?
No.
Or no, red?
No.
No, I
You never saw that?
Was that like the first scam post?
Dude,
Probably.
yeah.
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 That it hacks you?
Well,
The new thing is like the messages in Facebook, people will get hacked, and then you get a message from somebody that you know, and then it's like a video with a 18 plus whatever over it, and it says, "Is this you?"
That literally,
dude, I've gotten that.
that literally just happened to me
Yeah.
like last week. Like someone made that's what I was talking about. Someone had made a profile of like of me having like a link saying like, hey, like under 18, like if you follow this link,
my
like
God.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. But I mean, yeah, there's like a lot of like scamming.
So
It's a
many
good thing like
scammers.
the people that they follow, they're like, hey, I know this is a scam, right? I'm gonna report it. I'm
Yeah.
like, thank you, because it is a scam.
It
Like,
is.
don't touch that link. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah. And then the people are like, scammers are crazy, man. So there's people who say like, "Oh, if you send me $10, I can turn it into $1,000 and send it right back to you."
Just gotta send something in my bank account and then I'll send it back.
Exactly.
Like some weird.
You need to
stuff.
buy a gift card to this Walmart, and then you got to send it to. I'm like, what?
Go transfer it from the ATM to this and weird
Yeah,
stuff.
like y'all are sketchballs. So
Yeah, well,
yeah.
when people fall victim to those scams, though, it's unfortunate, but also I think that's where, like to an extent, right, there's a certain level of personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You have to be a little diligent. No, because there was a
Right.
couple people that followed like that page of me, and I was like, "Yo, like, come on, like, context clues, dude. Like, this look at the link.
Yeah.
It looks like a scam."
My mom's sister, and her husband and their kids have now been not hacked, but like recreated recreated Instagram pages of them, to the point like they would message me, and I'm like, oh, it's like my Uncle Fran, whatever, no big deal. And so then finally there's like, oh, would you mind sending us some money? Like, we're moving. I'm like, what? And then I had to call them, and I'm like, hey, did you know like you're being like impersonated? Yeah. And even so, my sister's mother-in-law got hacked, or a new Facebook page was made, and she added me as a friend, and I was like, oh, it's just Joan, no big deal. Like, she's like an older, nice lady, retired teacher. Like, she had messaged me, she's like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, good, how are you? Like, how was surgery? Like, all that stuff. We were chatting for a minute. I didn't even think anything of it. until she was like, hey, have you heard about this new app? And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And then I'm like, wait. So I got her Facebook page, and it has everything the same, but the picture, the cover photo, all of it is the same as actually Joan's real Facebook. So call Joan, message Joan, and be like, yo, you were hacked.
The amount of effort and attention to detail that it takes, I'm like, dude, go fucking make something else.
Exactly.
Like how? Like, because it was the same thing with mine too. They just added an underscore to my like username. I'm like, yo, like, why are you doing all this stuff? Like, they put like edits on my pictures, like, oh, like actual, like went into Canva and like put text over it. I'm just like, you guys are like
you could probably make money doing that on like a real website.
Literally. Why are you trying to do this on Instagram? Like, yo, go find where it's at. Like, go find where the money's at. Like, priorities are skewed at this point.
The crypto scams are huge.
Oh my God.
That's what's crazy about crypto.
Yeah. And you can't get your money back through crypto.
That's fucked.
If you send money through crypto, you can never get it back.
Yeah,
even if you could file like a crypto fraud or whatever
no,
with the government. But
it's fucking crazy because I bought some crypto and then I like 19x my profits. And I can't get to it because that account got locked somehow. And then I emailed the people, and then I got it so long ago that my phone number is wrong. Like, it's my old number. So I can't log in. They're like, we can't identify you. And
I was like,
God. Dude, like, I have the right, like, the original password, you know? Like, I know that.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dang, man.
But it's like crypto's like that. Like, it's super strict in that regard. So there's shit that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is a game.
Man,
it is.
Sounds like a real big.
No, it is.
And you can't can't you not trace crypto to a certain level? Like if you
could trace it down to an IP address unless you use a VPN, and I don't know how that works. I'm not.
The VPN puts you in like a different country.
Yeah, but I think that you can still figure out where does the VPN got its original signal from and trace it back to that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's it's hard to trace. It's like it's a little bit more difficult to find out exactly who, but really you could backtrace transactions too, you know, and figure out when did you buy it and how much did you buy, and then if there's suspicion, then you have probable cause by purchasing a specific cryptocurrency that is involved in something that's not supposed to be happening. You know, like there's ways around it. I don't think it's that fucking safe. It's just a scam, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
WhatsApp is a scam.
Is it?
It's been completely it's no longer secure.
Oh.
It hasn't been secure for a long time.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. They're hacking through.
They hack through it. It's not secure. If you message things, like, you know how I used to like message certain things on WhatsApp because you didn't want it to be like.
Well, I never. So the only things that I did in terms of like to trust that is like Snapchat when I would do, you know, like wanted to be like secretive or like hush hush about it, or voice text.
Oh, that's smart too. But yeah, when Franz was deployed and we first started dating, sent a lot of pics through WhatsApp, you know, like so.
We use Telegram.
Turns out it's not. Yeah, Telegram is still secure, but Telegram is like instantly deleted, isn't it? Like you send it,
you could do that.
Yeah,
you could set it up to that. But back in the day when I used to be heavy into crypto, there was a lot of like worldwide chats that were all on Telegram because it was the only like proved to be secured.
Yeah.
So and that's why they were like, oh, like when I got on there, they were like, oh, fuck WhatsApp. Yeah. Like that's just a scam. And I was like, well, I never even knew.
Yeah. Apparently it was supposed to be so secure, but it's not.
Huh. So how do they even leak you, or like how does that work?
What do you mean? Like, so you know how people hacked like people's clouds?
Well, yeah, but so WhatsApp is linked to your phone number.
Yeah.
Right. You can impersonate someone's phone number essentially into WhatsApp?
Pretty much. And you can get into their information. Like you can
find a lot through just like a phone number.
Yeah.
You can get linked to other stuff too, like your email, like address, wherever.
Oh. Yep. You can get into it. Like people, I mean, I don't know how hackers get into anything, but they can hack.
Mind of a hacker.
Yeah, right. Get into the mind. Hack into a mind of a hacker.
Dude, that's just super interesting. I forgot the actual term, but it's like psychologically hacked or something, where it's basically like this people that have like a text verification alternative. So what they'll do is that you know how like on TikTok, if you put in your number, it'll send you a code.
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's other things that you could also do that in terms of like a two-step verification.
Yeah, like an authenticator app.
Mm-hmm.
I have an authenticator app.
Well, there's a way around it where
Are you about to tell me some shady shit about my
no,
authenticator
it's far,
app?
no,
Is that
the,
not
no.
safe?
So the
Yeah, right.
like the Google Authenticator.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like the securest one because it
Okay.
goes on a cadence and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But if you set a text like a two-step text notification, so what you could do is you could get it where you could like if you call the phone company and pretend that it's you and like work around, you basically like get the teller to change your number through like the phone, and then now you could forward text messages.
Oh shit.
So basically it's like, oh, we'll send you a verification code and then no longer send it to your number, send it to something else.
So I will say a few weeks ago, Franz and I were chilling in the living room, and then I got a notification of Shop Pay. You know, like when you put your email.
Oh yeah.
So I got a notification of a Shop Pay code, and he was like, "Are you buying something on Shop Pay?" Because he got a notification of a Shop Pay code, and I'm like, both of our Shop Pays are hooked up to our phone numbers. So I'm like, who the fuck? So I went on Shop Pay and like did all the secure whatever, but weird. Like we weren't on Shop Pay. We weren't buying anything. It wasn't. It just, but it got sent to us.
I get like Amazon text that says, "Oh, click here to verify
Oh,
whatever."
yeah. No.
Dude, I was like, pfft, like
Fuck no.
the fuck when the link says like.
Sometimes I'll respond and be like, "Fuck off."
You can tell, and it has like crazy emojis on it. It's
Yeah.
like this is
Yeah.
not.
I've gotten a lot of the ones like the most recent lottery winners, and it's like, "Oh, this is lottery winner such and such." I'm giving random people of $50,000. I'm like, okay,
Like, and I'm sure you're texting me just to hand it over. Real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Of all people, we've never met.
I'm
right?
the lucky winner of
Yeah.
this 50 grand.
Right. There was one that was like, it was a couple or whatever that won it apparently like a few years ago, but the person was impersonating them as it happened like right now. So I like found the article of the people and I sent it to them and I said, "Don't fucking message me again."
I know what this is.
Sometimes I get real aggressive with these scammers, man. I love finding scammers that are fucking liars.
Yeah.
I've caught on to this scam.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's talking about lottery, like that
Yeah.
whole dude. Have you seen the people when they like are full like incognito, like they have like the glasses, like the hoodie, like
Yeah.
they're hiding? Because it's smart though. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
want anyone to know if I ever
Absolutely
won one.
not.
Like no one would know.
Yeah, and you could literally go to a lawyer and be like, "Can you go get this for me?"
Yeah,
Because-
there was like a case where someone had just won it. They didn't talk to anyone. They just went straight into them. They're like, "Yo, like I don't help me."
Yeah.
Because like, what do you do after that? They're like, and they like instruct them, don't tell anyone, not
Yeah.
your family, not your
No.
friends, like.
people become your best friends after that.
Because it's scary. You're a target at that point. Like the whole
Yeah.
world knows you won the lottery. Like,
Yeah.
oh no.
That's crazy.
I would secure all my shit, change my number, and then tell everybody. And then like never use that page ever again.
Oh my god.
Like delete all of my
Oh my, you fucking savage ass.
Just start over.
one
like,
page, one post.
like that's
I fucking want. You'll never hear from me again. Like,
just like go into the like.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like a
That would be cool. I mean, hey, if
Fuck
you
yeah.
really
I'll
if
get
you
a
never want to
billboard.
re-emerge, if you never want to come back into society, hell yeah.
hell yeah, man.
I'll
live in
buy
the
a
wood.
permanent. Dude, I'll buy a
Live in the
permanent
woods.
billboard.
Dang, man. That would be
I mean, you'd have the money to rent it out always. So you're like,
Always.
I want everyone
and
to
just
know.
like a
Yeah.
picture of me.
Lottery winner.
Jesus.
So
Eat
happy,
my
dude.
desk. I am.
So happy, dude.
Man, that's so funny. Dude. Like, what? The new Powerball winner hasn't claimed it yet.
Oh wow.
It's been like 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks, yeah. I don't know. I'm like, yo, dude, where you at?
They're like, I watched it.
Have you played? Have you played?
The lottery? Yeah, I mean, I've done Powerball and guessed numbers and had a group of friends like get together and we all guessed our own numbers. Yeah.
Have you?
Like, not really. Like, I just
haven't
bought
either.
one when I was 18. I was like, all right, let me just go ahead.
Yeah.
But
I've won
I've
like
never-
10,
Yeah.
$20 like
Really?
off of lottery tickets, but like the big lottery.
Oh, dude. One time I was in this one small town, and I had probably like $13, like combined. I was with two friends, and we had like $16 left, and we put $13 in gas, and then we bought $1 scratcher. We're like, fuck it, like
Did you win
like, what are
anything?
the odds?
yeah, so we won $10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, you got one.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
best.
It was a good feeling because it's like, just
Little
$1
something,
turned into
something.
10.
yeah,
that's
like
cool.
it was coming back from like a trip, and
Broke as a joke. Like, Yo.
Like, hey, at least I'm coming back
The
with
military
This
days.
is a win.
Was it? The military?
Yeah, dude, like A1C, you know what I
Bro,
mean?
broke
Like,
as a fucking joke. Yeah, man.
like have all your necessities like barely met, and
Yeah.
it's like
You're good.
That's good.
You make like $500 every 2 weeks. You're like, Jesus, what am I doing? And then you're like, oh, I want to get married and get out of the dorms. And then you have all these bills.
is that what happened?
What? With me? No, not with me.
Okay. And with me, there was a lot of people. So this is what happens. If you've been under like 3 years.
Have you been in for under 3 years, or you're under senior MN, which is the third rank? So you're
So
fourth
you
rank,
live in this
four.
dorm, which is basically like mine was like half this room, and then I had a bed.
And they're pretty nice too. You have like a kitchen. You have a
didn't
bath.
have
Oh, you never have a kitchen.
Oh.
Okay, you get a kitchen.
He's like, I had a bed.
You get a fridge. You get a bed. You get desks. You get a
Okay,
bathroom.
you have a little
like
studio?
Yeah, it's like it's a super cute, right?
I mean,
Okay, well,
mine
my,
was like
well,
really
my
shitty.
first dorm was like super shitty, and then it got
Oh, cool.
I got shut down because it had black mold in it. So then we got switched.
Oh, they had to upgrade her stuff. They're like, hey,
yeah,
let's
so I got upgraded to the first floor. I was like, oh, man,
Nice.
it's so nice. And so that I was like, man, I should have never left that fucking shit. When I got married, I was like, can I stay in the dorms? Yeah, like,
You're like, no, but I
Dude.
like it.
yeah, like all your bills are paid. Literally, my only bill I had was a phone bill, and I think I was still under my mom's at that time, so I didn't even have any
Hell yeah.
bills. So I was just spending my money
Yeah.
before I knew what credit.
Yeah,
shit
but
was.
it's like it's not that much though, you know, like
Well, yeah, she said
It's not.
500 2 weeks. I wouldn't
literally
do
it was like
anything
500 or
either.
600 every 2 weeks.
so what some people do is that they just get married with like, hey, you're a girl, I'm a guy, let's go to Vegas, we'll get married.
Yeah.
And then you get a pay increase because now you could claim dependence.
Yeah.
And you get to move out of the dorms.
And you get paid like BAH to live off of Vegas.
Right.
Like,
Dang,
Yeah.
because that was such a thing here too when I first like turned 21 and like started going to the bars, because this is like we have based on here. So a lot of people are saying that like, hey, be wary of like military dudes out there want to like those
get off the dorm.
those perks. Yeah, they're like they're gonna get you. They're gonna
yeah.
get you.
Have
It's
you
like,
seen that movie Purple Hearts on Netflix?
No.
I don't think so now.
Never mind.
No.
Well, that's what it's
Something
about.
like
It's
that?
about,
Yeah,
it's about a
okay.
Marine
That's what it's about.
who needs to make money to pay off this drug dealer when he was in a bad way. And it's obviously like a fake movie. It has
Yeah.
Sophia Carson in it. Like, I love her. But anyway,
wonder
so
why.
she has I know, right? She has diabetes and she can't like afford the medication. So they like decide to get married.
Okay.
But
I mean, hey, if
Yeah.
you guys are both into it, it's like, hey, might as well.
yeah. Then
Well-
he ends up like drug dealer goes to his commander. It's like this guy just got BH
Oh
for the
my
wrong
God.
reasons, and then he gets
Get
court
outta
martialed, and
here.
he's like, "It was
Get
just me. It wasn't
outta
her."
here, dude.
And then he has to go to jail for like 3 months and get kicked out of the middle. I'm like, this
Wow.
is terrible.
The drug dealer was the snitch. Like, sir, come
Right?
on. You
Like,
want that karma? Do
You
want that
believed that drug dealer? What?
Damn.
That's hilarious.
All y'all both had to say was, "No, we're both in this marriage.
We love each other.
We love each other."
Yeah.
You got his likes. Like, anyway.
Like each other enough to fake that. Come on.
It's a very cute movie, so I definitely I love the songs in it because Sophia Carson is such a good singer. I love her.
Nice. Yeah, but a lot of people do that. I didn't do that.
No,
I
no,
waited.
me either.
I mean, what a headache. Like, it'd be to after, you know? Have to
Oh my
split up
God.
all the stuff.
lot
you
of
guys
people
got
don't
together.
think about it, though.
They don't think about it.
They just like, oh, fuck this dorm. I'm out and I want to get that
Yeah.
money.
Well, I mean, it's so young because some of them like are just like, that's just
Yeah, I mean, because if you think of it, at 18, you have the option of making more money. And, you know, like,
Yeah.
well, dude, your fucking first love, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah. That
Forever.
was a lot of it. A lot of that here we're at. A lot of it was like, yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
first love. Yeah.
And a lot of times, the means that the military gives are significantly greater than what you have in terms of like,
They're
you
setting,
live with your parents, so it's like,
Yeah.
well, I'm
setting you up with your
independent.
life already.
Yeah.
Like with
yeah.
your dream, like a house and
Right.
a wife. And all that
Yeah.
At 18. But
Yeah.
I was 20. I couldn't even go out to the bar and have a drink when I got married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We were about to deploy and we were scared we were going to die. And
Aw.
he proposed. He was deploying to Italy and then he proposed. And yeah. And he came back and we got married.
Nice.
And yeah,
Yeah.
we moved off base. And then I changed my name, did everything. And then we got divorced when we got back from Afghanistan. And then I had to change my name back.
no.
And then all my military records and my awards for the deployment had that name on it, but not my name.
Jeez.
So I had to go into afters and request that they change my name to my maiden name on the records. And then I had to get new awards. I'm like, yeah. pain in the dick, man. So if you're a military member and you're listening right
wait
now,
on it a little bit.
just wait, man. Wait till that first deployment is over to get married.
It's like,
not worth it.
Let it settle. Let
Not
the decision
worth it in the
settle.
long run.
Yeah, no,
Get a prenup. Just kidding.
I mean, just like at that age in general too. Like I had a long-term boyfriend at the time, and I was just like, yeah, we're gonna get married. And at this age
Hell
now,
yeah.
I'm just like, oh, whoa, like
Yeah.
okay, that
Like, it was a very
it's better to
impulsive
think, yeah.
decision. Yeah.
But hey, you learned a good lesson. You're just like,
I
all right,
did.
you know, I'm not gonna do that. Never be that impulsive.
Not gonna settle again, motherfucker.
That's percent.
Yeah, I was very scared of that, of getting taken advantage of for that reason.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't
I get
tell, because I would go out a lot, and I would never say that.
You're in
Good.
the
I was in the
military?
military, yeah.
I run away. I'm just like, oh, you don't want a relationship. You want a perk. Like,
Yeah.
let me know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
but I can see how it would work both ways. Like, if I was a girl just trying to, if I was really that desperate to move out of my house, I'd be like, hey,
Right.
let's get married.
Yeah.
Like,
Or if like you were super sick or like something like that along
Yeah,
those
I
lines.
No,
get
and
that.
you'd be surprised, dude. Like,
yeah, that's,
I
didn't really
That's,
think
I
about
feel like
that.
that's a little different though. Like if you have a really good friend who's like maybe really sick or needs help.
Oh yeah, but there's also I didn't know, and all of a sudden like we're married, and there's all these like expenses and these like things that totally ruin your life, you know?
Oh shit.
Not ruin, but
yeah, but that's just added. Like you think
Yeah.
it's gonna be smooth sailing, but it's also like
Right.
you now have a house and like you are married and
Yeah.
you have expenses.
When I was deployed to Afghanistan, there was a guy who was deployed there with us, and his wife literally drained his bank accounts. Drained them.
Oh, no.
She took everything, took all of his shit, spent all of his money, and then took the rest of what was left of it. Because when you're deployed, you make significant amount more money because you get hazard duty pay and you get separation pay and all that stuff when you're married.
That's crazy. It's access. Like you can access that while you're.
Yeah, so it gets put
do you have
into
to do
your,
a power of attorney when you're deployed? Do
Yeah.
you have to do a power of attorney?
You don't have to, but
Okay.
it's recommended that you do.
That's probably what happened. She had a
So she was his wife. She had power of attorney for everything. She had access to his bank accounts, drained them, and left him.
Damn.
Yeah,
dude.
and then he's trying, like, we're deployed to a combat
Yeah,
zone, and he's trying to figure all this shit out. He's like calling his banks on like the phone that we have there. I'm like, so bad. I felt so
That's
bad.
horrible. I didn't really think about that
Yeah.
aspect too. It's like, yeah, like you
Yeah.
guys do have perks.
Ugh,
Damn.
man. And there was this the drama in the military. And there was these
tea, dude.
there was these two guy best friends. They were best buds. They did everything together. One guy was married, and then came out that guy's wife was sleeping with the best friend. And then the best friend was still in the military. They were both in the military, and then the wife moved back, like to where she's from or whatever. And that's when the husband found out that she was cheating. Like
When she moved back.
when she moved back home. And so he literally bought a plane ticket in cash. They couldn't prove any of this, but this is what happened. Bought a plane ticket in cash. Told people like he was going to Florida or something. I forget. And he flew to go see her, beat the shit out of her, flew back, went to work on Monday. And then she called the police, and he was like, I wasn't. What do you mean?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yo.
That's
What?
so
Yep.
crazy.
And then his friend left the military, and now they got divorced, and now they're married out. Fucking, I don't even know where they live. The tea.
That's tea, dude.
Jeez.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. But like you would always, so I lived on base housing at the time with my husband, and this is before we deployed. This is when it happened. And we would see the best friend always walking around, like in base housing. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude doing? And then
Come to find out he was there.
come to find out he was there for
Damn.
something more than tea.
Jeez.
Yeah, then
That's crazy.
plane ticket and cash, went and beat the shit out of her.
Dude.
I was like, yo, that's like dedication.
No,
like,
literally, that's also
right?
it's
Like,
like damn, the mentality sometimes. is
yeah, like yo, you're
whoa.
like, are you good, man? You good? But
Like you have healthy obsessions with stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I would never want someone to be that like that into, you know, shit like that. That's
yeah, like when we found, man, the shit that you find out in the military, you're like, yo, you're like, it's not funny, but it's like,
But it's like it's just a way like crazier situations to because you guys
Yeah.
have more access to a lot of stuff. So I couldn't imagine like
yeah,
the
Dude,
tea.
the
'Cause I-
psychological warfare
that's
that you're
what I'm
exposed
saying.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I couldn't and you guys are all together all the time just with nothing.
you're like literally together every single
like,
day. of your
and
life.
like you were saying, like like phone conversation, you can't really talk to people like that. So you're just kind of taking in all of this psychological bullshit, and then kind of just with other people who are trying to digest this shit. Like, I cannot imagine the tea that goes on over there.
The tea. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah, dude.
The camaraderie, the tea, all of it.
Yeah.
I will say I do miss that part of the military. I miss all my friends. We were all so close.
Yeah, I bet like that builds a bond. Like I think that part is cool too.
You become like a savage though. I used to be like so fucking mean. I was so mean.
Well, you'd have to be on guard though. I feel like you'd really have to
like
not
like mean to like younger airmen, I should say. Like
you were one of those
younger women airmen, because the women airmen that come into the security forces, it's like you're a cop, right? You are in a man's career field. You don't come in here acting all fucking weak, like you need the men to do shit for you. You need to carry your own weight. If you can't do that, get out of here.
So in maintenance, it was that's what women did. And
exactly.
And it was fucking stupid because the double standards were so extreme and it was so pathetic.
So
and
bad.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I got out.
Yeah.
You know,
just because I feel like that you can't really enforce stuff like that.
So we will have the same career field, do the exact same thing, but you're holding me to a completely different standard because you just want me to figure it out and struggle, but you're willing to do everything for this girl that you like secretly want to fuck.
Exactly.
Like, bro, you're married.
Exactly.
You know?
The shade, man.
I was like, dude, like I'm attractive too. No, just kidding.
You can smooch like
right. Like at the time you weren't married, like dude, I'm single, man. The fuck, dude, man. No, girls
right here.
Yeah.
Girls don't want to get with fucking the single dudes. They want to get with the married dudes.
But it's fucked up because, well, I mean, being in maintenance, you're like some of the shit's heavy, some of the things are uncomfortable, and it's like, well, but if we're supposedly trying to push for equality, then why are we being held to different standards? Or why are these easier jobs only offered to specific gender?
Exactly.
It's like, at least try it.
Exactly.
At least try, like, attempt to be equal. And if you can't, be like, all right, do need some muscle. Like,
it's a tough.
It is.
It was very difficult to handle often because it was so, we were so, as men, right? We were in a way disadvantaged in the fact that we could get in a lot of trouble for making an inappropriate comment, but women wouldn't be held to that standard. No. That was kind of like the first thing.
Yeah.
The second thing, the consequences were a lot more severe for men than they were for women, even though women had significantly more leniency in terms of timelines, in terms of appointments. And that was at the expense of...
People don't see men and women equal.
Yeah.
Especially in those career fields. They don't.
Yeah.
Like you had to fight for... And then there's the women that fucking give you a bad name for it. So we did the same PT, we did everything, and we were always held accountable the same way. Everybody.
Yeah.
So I was a 50 cal machine gunner. And so a 50 cal, it has two parts, has a barrel, and it has like the main fucking part. I can't even think of the name anymore, to be honest.
Good.
I know. Right? So total, when it's like put together, it's probably like 60 pounds.
Damn.
And so I carried that. I remember the first day I got deployed, the guy set it up, like who I was doing changeover with. And he was like, this is the only time I'm going to set this up. He's like, you have to carry it from the armory to the truck. And if you can't do that, then you should not be a gunner. I was like, fuck yeah, man, I'm in it. But then when we get home and all these new airmen come in, all these little weak little women are like, oh, I can't carry it. Will you carry this for me? And I'm like, carry your fucking shit. I'm like, are you fucking serious? And then they would get all their gear and they'd have their huge gear bags and they'd be like, oh, will you carry this for me? I'm like, carry your fucking shit.
No, yeah, I mean, you paid your dues, and like that's why you are saying that, because it's like I know you're capable of that.
Exactly.
Like you can't have that weak of a mind. You know, it's like it's a mindset.
Yeah, I remember this one girl came in with like this ridiculous amount of makeup on her face, and man,
it's like I feel like that at the time, like
ridiculous amount. Like you could, and it was like one of those people who did it. I'm like, we're back in the 90s because it was like straight up, like not to judge, but it was like you.
Do you think that she didn't do makeup before?
I don't know. But
and now all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck.
I don't know. And she had her hair down, and it was way too long to be down at the time. There wasn't a reg for it.
You guys always like,
so it's always in pony. Like I was like, it has to be above your collar. Has to be like pulled back and above your collar. Nowadays you can wear it however the fuck you want, apparently, because that reg got diminished. But you couldn't be past your collar. So she got her hair cut, and it was like blowing. It was like super nice. Like, and I'm like, I had to pull her aside. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, what? I'm like, why are you trying to impress somebody right now? Like, we are going to a training exercise. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, well, I wanted it to be, I'm like, well, you need to put your hair up. She's like, well, it's too short. I'm like, you need to figure it out. Because touching, it's too low. You look fucking ridiculous. I was like, all that makeup is going to sweat off and it's going to go into your pores and fuck you up. I was so mad. I was like, I'm going to lunch. You're going to go fix your hair, take off your makeup, and I'll see you after lunch.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, man, I used to be a savage. I used to tell people they're stupid fucks. Like, man, like dudes who tried to tell me that I wasn't as equal. Like,
I feel like, you'd have to stand on that.
I'm like, excuse me? The fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you shut your fucking mouth? Oh my God, I was so mean. But like, it had to be. You had to be, and that's,
It's dope, dude.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did not view myself as different than the men because there were men. I mean, I was in a special unit where you train to deploy year round. You just train to deploy. And so I know we just kind of got off track a bit. It's totally fine. You train to deploy year round to defend bases overseas. And so you have to maintain your physical health, and you have to be in the best shape of your life essentially all the time. Mm-hmm. And there's times where, hey, you had a 72-hour bag that was packed all the time. And it was because, okay, if somebody calls us and needs us in that fast time, they're like, okay, you have 72 hours to get here. Like, fly across the world and get there. And so that's the only bag that you would have. So that happened. But if you are not prepped and ready mentally, physically, all of that stuff, you're not going to succeed. Like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And so in ruck marches, we would do ruck marches all the time to like prepare ourselves. The women like were in the back, and I'm like, I was always trying to be in the front. Like, I would do my damnedest, even if my legs were falling off. Like, yeah. But people just don't make that same effort. And women want equality, but then they say they like in career fields like that. You choose that career field, mind you, most of the time. Sometimes it gets chosen for you, but you choose that career field and you know what you're going into. You're like, okay, cop is a man's career field. If you can't prepare yourself to be equal with the man, then what are you doing?
Yeah, I totally get that, because there are times where, as a woman, I do kind of play into, and as a short woman, I do like, right. But it definitely depends on your like area, because I usually work in kitchens. Like, I work in like places where my place is kind of like a woman. Like, I do like lifting sometimes. So when stuff's heavy and I have to do it, I'd be like, oh, like, can you please? Like, I'll wait for the cooks to like throw away the trash because it's super heavy. I can throw it over my shoulder. But I mean, like, if you're entering into a place like that type of field, it's like, well, I can't really like. We're marching together, like we're in this like together. So what if they're doing something and I have to hold like this 60-pound gun and like I'm not able, like you have to be able to really put up this, like that shouldn't be able to slide somewhere like that. In a kitchen, but not somewhere like that. But not like when I can get away with it, I will. Yeah. But when places where it's like you really can, and you can't expect a man to be doing that, you should be able to hold your own as a woman. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, then what happens is that men take it easy on themselves because like, well, you're not going to make anybody do it. Mm-hmm. And then the standard for men begins to drop. Right. And then nobody gets held to the standard. That's what happened in maintenance. Because, well, it got to a point where it's like, well, things are so imbalanced and things are just not fair that some of the newer men will be like, well, like, if I'm just going to do the standard that you set for women.
Yeah. And they become entitled. And they become fucking shitty little airmen. They're the worst. Entitled airmen are the worst airmen. Obedient airmen. I was an obedient airman. I was part of that era. Where somebody, you stood at parade rest and somebody above you was talking to you and you stood there and they told you what you needed to be doing. And that's what you did. Where you need to be, where you need to go, no back talk. You did what you were fucking told to do. Yeah. You go outside and get smoked, you're getting smoked. You're on the ground doing push-ups with everybody else. Like,
yeah. Maintenance was not like that.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
It was, yeah, it was definitely, there was a lot of entitlement, and then there was a lot of people that, there was a lot of poor leadership.
That's a really...
Like a lot of poor leadership. Yeah. And even, I mean, one time I got into this, like, fairly, like, an argument with the, so I was a senior airman, this dude was a master sergeant, so he was like 4 ranks above me, over my cell phone, and I was like, come fucking take it.
Yo, oh my god!
And
did he come and take it?
No, I was like, call security forces. Like I was like, call security forces.
Security forces.
Like because I was like, really? I was like,
he's
really?
keeping his fucking phone.
No, because I was like, dude, like really, like every person in here has their fucking phone, and we're in a building. Nobody's on a plane. Like, you're really gonna make such a big deal? Like, call the cops. Do it. I fucking dare you, you piece of shit. Oh, I was so pissed.
Like over a phone. Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. Because I guarantee if you check his pockets,
Exactly.
he probably had a phone.
There's a lot of hypocrites in the like in that regard. And there was another time that, so you know, like I would go to this barber every other week. That was like my schedule.
Okay.
And my hair, I mean, I was getting the same haircut for years. It's not like my haircut changed. All of a sudden, this one dude had a problem with my haircut and it was bald. So he was like, "Oh, next time that I see you, you better have a haircut." And I was like, "Well, my appointment's in 2 days." And he was like, "Well, I don't give a fuck what your appointment is, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Well, you're just mad because you have no fucking hair."
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Yo.
Like,
Al was a savage dude. The military makes
Oh, I
you
feel like
savage.
a lot of it is like power trips.
it
Like, a lot of
was.
people, like,
and
they
I
love-
would and I would just make it about that because I was like, "Dude, you're not going to do anything. What are you going to do? Hit me?" Like, and I would just say shit like that.
over my haircut. Like, yeah.
Do it. Like, I fucking dare you.
Yeah.
But and that's when I started really figuring out that I didn't belong there because I was like, you leaders are fucking weak.
Yeah.
And especially
have
in an
no
institute
backbone.
like that. It's like, yo, like,
Yeah, you have no backbone.
Yeah.
You know, and you're taking that on me because your little power trip is
Yeah.
not going the way you want it to.
And the problem with that is that the people who get ranked up in the military are people who, or Air Force at least, Army, and they don't do that like that. But Air Force, you get ranked up by testing well, by knowing, it's called the PDG. It's basically like a development, knowing all of the rules and knowing every single thing.
It's like a Bible, basically, with like
Pretty much,
everything,
yeah.
like about your job, like everything that
Yeah.
go wrong, how to fix it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So if you know all that and you can memorize that and you test well, you rank up.
So crazy. Like, there needs to be more.
Yeah.
Like,
And then there's people like Franz. Franz is like an incredible leader, right? So I knew him as a leader before I knew him as Franz. Knew him as Master Sergeant for Salmon, Master Sergeant Fresh. And so he always like captivates a room, always makes sure those people are good, like is such a good leader. And something happened, I'm not going to say what, had a kerfuffle with a officer, somebody higher up, and that it got resolved internally, and then externally it got spread, and then some paperwork was given. And because of that, even though the higher ranking individual was in the serious wrong and was in the military probably 4 years, and Franz been in, at that point it was like 18 years, and how are you going to disrespect me like as 18-year anyway? So because of that, it affected his ability to promote when he is the kind of person that does need to be promoted.
right. And that shit happens all the time.
All the time.
that's horrible.
It's
Yeah.
because, and it's unfortunate because officers have power trips. And don't get me wrong,
There's
there's some
place to
incredible officers out there, and
Yeah.
I commend them. Like, no, but when there's the bad ones, they power trip. Exactly.
Yeah, and it's horrible because it ruins like
It does.
everything. Because like, you know, that's what made me never want to join the military. Because I'm like, oh, I have a mouth. Like, I wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
like deal with something like that.
And it's like a lot of times they don't take the advice of their senior enlisted when they've been in like a year. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, dude, who do you think knows better? Like, I have socks that have been in the military longer than you. Like, come on.
They
But-
think just because like they're ranked, like how fast they rank, they're like, well, like I just
Yeah,
got
it's
this.
because
Exactly.
they graduate college.
It's crazy how
and
like it moves up.
yeah,
So quick. Like
and-
how does
yeah.
that work? Like how did Franz? How is he in there for 18 years and that dude is only in it for 4? But
So
is it just a
Yeah,
test
so-
or?
it's an officer. It's like you go to college and
Yeah.
you become an officer, essentially. Like you don't, enlisted is you, so like, I guess the basic way to describe it, enlisted, you don't go to college and you just join the military.
Oh, okay.
Officers, you have an education and then you join the military.
So
But
like
it's
gives
supposed
you
to,
just, like, a high,
yeah. But
okay.
it's. I mean,
It's supposed to separate.
it's supposed to separate, and it's supposed to be a good thing. Meaning
Yeah.
that just how, for example, us, right? So Carson does something completely different than I do in terms of this business. They're both equally important,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we needed to take different paths to get here. One is experience, the other one's probably like more book knowledge, and maybe it's theory based.
Yeah.
Both super important because maybe like an officer may have a theory that is like, hey, look, like maybe we could try this. And someone's enlisted, been in for 18, 20 years, be like,
Right.
hey, actually, I've seen this happen. And the best course of action is if we do this instead. They could create.
It's good to like work together. in that
Exactly.
sense. Okay.
Exactly. But-
Yeah. So that's why there's the.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the uniform code of military justice, basically it favors officers. If you disrespect an officer, you don't salute an officer, like you could literally be tried against UCMJ and then
For treason.
Well, it sounds like they were made
silly-
off the Power trip because it's like
No,
I'm
but
educated.
like
this is-
they protect officers and they
Yeah.
don't protect the enlisted.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel, in my opinion, that I feel this is by no way the opinion of anybody else. It's just my opinion. That I feel like that's why a lot of people get out of the military. They're not
believe
protected. Enlisted are the backbones of the military, and they aren't protected like officers are. And it's a shame. It's a damn fucking shame.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, you're putting in that much time and knowledge into like perfecting
Exactly.
this thing and like really not like that's it. More kind of, not in my opinion, it's a little bit more commendable too. It's just like, yeah, I didn't go to school for this, but I'm living this. I'm working
Yeah.
this for this long. And
You are the minions, and the
Yeah.
officers are Gru. Like, you do every fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, but not everything. There are a lot of officers that are amazing who do like go out, and
And that makes the difference.
it
for
does.
Sure.
It definitely
It
does.
really does.
So yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's what I
power
got out.
trips. Yeah.
That's
So
what I got
be good business owners out there,
Be a good
friends.
business owner, dude. You don't
Be a
need to be
good
on a power
leader.
trip. Like,
Well, I think the easiest way, well, for example, for me, is leading by
Bring it back.
example.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
lead by example.
and that's the thing. Yeah, if you are a great leader, like you'll have a great team. Like that's
Yeah.
I don't. That's why it pains me when I go into an establishment and there's like a power trip manager, and it's just
Yeah.
like, yo, like if you want to like if you want to rally your team up and you want the best results, like you can't just talk to them like they're stupid, because then if you're going to talk like that, they're going to be defiant, or they're going to be like
I
I'm
don't
the type
got
of person,
time
I'll
for
show you
this.
stupid. Like if you think I'm not
Right.
going to scrub
Yeah,
the floor
dude.
right,
And it's like,
I'm gonna leave a
dude,
little piece right there.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it's
like
it's very
I
counterproductive.
my
to
favorite
shit.
thing is when I have a shitty leader, I'll just make them do work.
Yeah, I'm just like
Because I know that what you're trying to do is you're trying to avoid something, and you're trying to make me take the blame. So I'm gonna sit here and just be so bad that you have to write me a piece of paper.
no.
Because, dude, like I don't know if how it was on your side, but
Yeah.
because I was an ATC, which is like the training side, everything had to be perfect, and every piece of paperwork needed to have 3 revisions from senior members, which meant
Jesus.
that if you wrote somebody like a letter of reprimandation, 3 people had to sign it and us approve it. So I'd be like, cool, write me one.
Yeah. Really want to take all that time?
Yeah,
Like, do you want to do
dude.
that? Like, all
Yeah,
right.
since you're so
And all
tough,
these people are gonna know too.
since you're
over this
so
incident.
tough,
Yeah.
it was great.
So that would be a flexi. I'd be like, all right, let's put in
Hell
paperwork. You're mad about my
Like-
phone. Let's write a paper about it.
Yep. Dang, man. Yeah, the military wasn't for you. Wasn't for me either, man. Wasn't for me anymore.
No, but I learned a lot. Like I learned,
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
and I think
I
dude,
wouldn't change it for anything. I loved my
So
experience.
I think
Good
really
and bad.
like the discipline that I was able to practice there,
Yeah.
and how I saw just the opposite of, right, like the opportunity for discipline that we had, and I saw people that took it, and I saw those really good leaders and really good officers and people that did really great things, and then I saw the piece of shit that just
Yeah.
took advantage of everything, never
Shitty uniforms.
yeah,
like,
never took
just-
responsibility for
yeah,
anything,
nothing.
To
and
be there. Like,
well, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, who do I want to be? Well, definitely not in here. So I got out, and I applied
Yeah.
discipline to my life, and it was like,
Yeah.
it gives you that edge, because
No.
the reality is that a lot of people are conditioned to quit.
No, like it's very admirable, like seeing you guys, like, cause that, yeah, like you guys are very like go in such in like a structured and efficient way, and I'm like, damn, like I'm sure.
Well, thank you.
Like,
'cause
no,
it
it
feels
literally,
like a fucking mess sometimes.
dude. Every time I'm around me, he's literally, earlier today, he's like walk me on how to like categorize my life by times. I'm like, I wish like you guys just
Oh my
do that,
God.
and that's so sick.
That is fucking awesome.
No, literally, yeah, no, like I just think
Yo.
about it. I was like, that's so cool. I mean, it as an institution, I don't think I would be able to really handle. I'd probably have left too, but I do think that it is really cool to like instill that, like, hey, like time management is very important. Like the way
Yeah.
you come about, the way you present yourself, that's very important. Like just for everyday life, I think that's
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But-
No, yeah, the military taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Good and bad. But yeah, I wouldn't change it for anything. I love where I'm at in life. I love how what it taught me, what taught me not to do, what taught me to do,
Oh, yeah.
all the above. And now I love being a military spouse. I love it. It's also frustrating because at the same
Dude.
time, I don't really get a say in what is happening, even though I wouldn't have gotten a say anyway, even if I was still in the military. But it's like,
There was a time where Gabby was toying with the idea of becoming a
key
nurse.
spouse? Oh.
No.
key spouse?
No.
A nurse. in the
That
military?
was gonna be my job. I was gonna be the key, which is like the person that is in charge of all the spouse, and some people take it way too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to be that, just be obnoxious.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Oh
Like,
my God. She wanted to be a nurse in the military?
there was just the idea of her potentially joining the reserves.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be cool. Is it too late? Yeah, she's 30.
Well,
no, she can
like
join still.
it was a while back. Like,
Anyway.
yeah.
It's like a
Okay, I
long
thought it was
shot.
like okay.
No, it wasn't a recent conversation. We were just talking with the idea at one point, and I got really excited.
To be a key spouse.
Oh fuck yeah,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
That's why she's not.
Probably.
She said no.
I literally have a shirt that says Dependa Park, and it's a Jurassic Park shirt, and it has a hippopotamus walking instead of a dinosaur.
What other nicknames did you guys have?
Dependopotamus, So Dependa is dependent.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of the times, military spouses,
like, okay.
unfortunately, would not take care of themselves and would gain an exceptional amount of weight. And it became a running joke, which isn't funny, but it's funny.
Oh my god, now I'm getting it.
So a dependopotamus. So Grunt Style made a T-shirt that says dependopotamus. So I have that shirt. And I posted it, and people got like offended when I wore it. I'm like, if you're offended, you probably are one. That was what I said in my caption.
It's like, is it applying? I'm sorry.
I'm
but
so
come on.
sorry.
So I worked with a guard, and they had some pretty rough names.
Like what?
Commissary Buffalo.
A buffalo?
Yo!
No. That's
Yo. Okay. Oh my god.
I wouldn't know how I'd feel if I got called a buffalo. Like that would sting. Like I'd be like, damn, that hurt.
Okay, what
Dude,
else you
it's
got?
the
What else you
150th
got?
taco from that's on them, right?
Yeah.
And then the other one was Triceratops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
heard that one.
yeah.
Triceratops.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Good times, man. Oh shit.
Yeah, it was
I'm a defender, and I love it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like that.
I own that shit.
yeah.
funny
I,
too.
I was looking forward to it, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
They asked me if I wanted to be a key spouse.
You should not do that.
I am not.
Shouldn't.
Well, I was like 7 months pregnant. I was like, I don't think I'll have the time with the baby and everything. And I'm so glad that I didn't become a key spouse because that was the squadron that the kerfuffle happened in. And
Like enough's happening.
yes,
Yeah, dude.
we're not.
I feel like the military just wants to take everything from you.
Believe it.
Take
They wanted you to
everything.
sign your life. I couldn't imagine what, like, you know.
like you are now.
They're not going to stop. there.
Literally, I got a sunburn. So in San Antonio, I decided it was a good idea in the middle of summer while I was in tech school to put baby oil on and go to the pool. Baby oil, like no sunscreen whatsoever. I'm fairly a fair
It's like you're pretty.
person.
I don't even do. I'm too scared.
Literally, my shoulders blistered within a day.
Oh
and
my
so
god.
the next day was Blues Monday. And Blues Monday is like you have to wear your fancy blues. And we wore these light blue T-shirts. And you could see like
Your blisters
it's
through the
popping
shirt.
through.
Oh
And
my
they
God.
they were like, my instructors like pulled me aside and they were like, we could issue you like a paperwork because you're property
Really?
of the government. And
Oh my-
I'm damaging government property.
You can't even just have. Oh my god.
I know.
So crazy.
Isn't it crazy?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna be
I
able
was
to
like,
bruise on your
what?
leg. They'd be like,
I think that was like the moment I'm like, what did I do like with my life? Like not the sunburn. Just like what did I do? I'm like, wait, what?
That is
Yeah.
crazy though. It's like, damn, I can't even be in the sun for too
Well,
long. Like,
so remember when she said if you get trialed for not saluting an officer and they could trial you for treason, and that's because you're failing to obey by the Unified Code of Military Justice.
Yeah.
Therefore, you're betraying.
Failure to obey is literally, and it says obey. Literally, failure to obey. It's saying it protects officers not enlisted.
damn.
Yeah.
If they want a stronger military than they have right now, which they should. I mean, I love America, love what the military does. But if you want a stronger military, protect your enlisted.
Yeah.
It's important.
I saw something that they're having an issue with recruits, like new people coming in, just because the information is out there that the perks are like they're good, but
It's not worth.
maybe it's not the best option for
Right.
most people.
It's really not for everyone. Like I think it should cater to the people that are, more on track with stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
like with you, like I think about it and I'm just like, of course you left. Like I couldn't imagine you
Yeah.
in something like that. But if they kind of, I mean, I've never been in it, so I'm just talking like nonsense really, but like just my opinion on it as an outsider. It's
No, I like to hear people's outside opinions.
Yeah, like because like growing up, like seeing the commercials and like honestly, yeah, like cool, that looks dope. Like and there's perks to it, but it's like they don't really tell you like the nitty gritty of shit. Like you don't know that you can't really get a bad sunburn until they're like, hey, what did you do to that?
Yeah, damage to government property. You think like,
Yeah.
okay, my dorm room or something
Yeah,
like
I damaged
gear that they give me, not myself.
Yeah.
But you yourself are government property.
And I think
when
if they
you
kind
sign
of marketed it more towards like, yo, if you do this and like we give you like that's it, like do all this for us and we're gonna hook you up. Like I think it'd be more inviting. But like it's scary once you like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna get some perks and you're like, oh shit, like I can't move or do anything. Am I breathing wrong? Like what is the government saying?
Like hey,
that's
you get off the bus in San Antonio and you're screamed at immediately to get in line and do all this shit. Like they don't tell you
Pick 'em
that.
up.
Yeah, no.
Put 'em down.
Yeah, right. Pick them up, put them down. Pick it up. It's fucking so bad. Like, fix your fucking hair. Like, frizzy ass fucking hair. I had no idea how to do it. I'm like,
They're like, how do I?
Right.
Do I
I had a Boston
fuck,
t-shirt on, and it had like a tiny V, and they were like, you need to flip that inside out and turn it backwards. I'm like, ah.
What?
So I had to do that.
Oh, that's right, dude.
Yeah. I couldn't have any, like, anything.
Yeah, because they trying to strip you from identity like as soon as you get there. So anything that says something about yourself, they want to take it away from you. So it like logos, they just don't want.
They're just trying to instill like yours.
You are the military. You are a flight together. You work together.
Yeah, brainwash.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah,
but
crazy.
some people are down, and it works for some people.
Yeah.
So
No, some people like for some people it's great.
yeah.
And also, speaking of the government, did you hear that the government is purchasing transactions from like gun sellers, like to find certain caliber guns?
Oh wow, no.
Yeah, and they're going to people's houses and
Cool.
to go get the guns.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Oh wait, aren't they like seizing the guns?
They're seizing them.
Oh shit.
They're like seizing the property that you've purchased.
Yeah, I don't like that. But some guns, I'm like, all right, civilians shouldn't have that. So I'm okay with some of it. Some of it. But yeah, I get that. It is the government stealing your property, and that's not cool.
Yeah, like literally I don't give a fuck what it was.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. Like,
and so there's a video on YouTube of this guy, like ATF came to his door and was like, you purchased this suppressor. He's like, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, well, I'm going to come in and get it. And he's like, you're not going to come in and get it. You don't have a warrant to come into my house and just seize things. Yeah. And he's like, so we'll get a warrant. He's like, okay, when you come back with a warrant, I'll see you then. And the dude is such a dick, the ATF guy. One guy was cool, the other guy was a dick.
Yeah, shit like that. No, yeah, shit like that for sure. That's cool. Like there's ways to go about shit.
Like how about you fucking recall all the milk that's bad? You know, like or the fucking like
or the fact that there's like metal shavings in baby formula, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's like, is this like why aren't we digging into deeper issues here?
Like that would be
or being more like invasive with shit that matters.
Yeah. Or like the drugs that are like fucking morphine or whatever the fuck. Yeah. You know, those prescription drugs. Like how about you get a hold on that?
Fentanyl fucking problem
dude.
that's going on. Like please fix that.
Yeah. Like where the fuck are people getting these?
No idea.
Probably a doctor. Well, how about you track that?
Yeah.
These fucking resources.
Had a bad injury, doctor prescribed, and then goes from there. Addiction grows from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's sadly that's a lot of it. Like that's why I don't really like prescription drugs either. To do at all. Like that's why I smoke so much. Like I have a problem. I'm gonna smoke it out because I don't want to get addicted.
Every time that I go to the doctor or anything, they're like, well, "You don't take any pain pills?" I'm like,
I take Tylenol.
barely. Like, but even then, I'm like, nope. I just smoke some bud.
Etc.
Call it good.
Like, I don't even take Midol anymore. I just like
really.
Yeah. Like no,
and it's
there's a lot of stuff in pharmaceuticals that's just they want you to get addicted.
Have you seen that commercial? Oh, not commercial. That documentary called Prescription Thugs. No.
What's it on?
It might be on Netflix actually, but the documentary is so the guy that makes it, his name is Chris Bell, and his brother was I think it was a professional wrestler, like WE or something. But he was the one that always lost. So the injuries are significant. And he fell to addiction of prescription drugs. So, and ended up taking his life. Jumped off a cliff, like just a sad story, right? And the documentary goes and just kind of talks to people that are in this space in terms of addiction or know where to get the pills, and it's all comes down to the pharmaceutical companies have a contract with these doctors that the more prescriptions they give or the more pills that they hand out, the more money that they make. They get incentives.
That's so
and then now they're having so there's there's doctors that open their own practice. All they do is just sling pills because people are like, well, I just gonna go and get this prescription from
And,
this
you know,
doctor.
that makes so much sense because I went from my physical to my PCM or whatever, and it literally says on the wall, it says we do not prescribe any medication. They send you out to like get X-rays and get all the blood work done before you're prescribed anything, and they're not the ones who do it. So I'm like, oh, there's like a big sign on each room. It says we do not prescribe. Yeah, I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I just need some birth control, but it's fine.
Like, can someone put in an order for that?
Yeah, someone not trying to have another baby, so
Like, help me out.
Yeah, it's super weird. I mean, that's why I don't like fucking pills either. Yeah.
yeah.
But then it gets into this gray area where it's not that all medication is bad,
Right.
but then the overprescription of medication can be bad. Like nobody needs 120 of the strongest anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like if you're going to a surgery, you don't need like a full bottle's worth. Like you just should have enough for that recovery period.
After I gave birth, they gave me a fuck ton.
Yeah.
And I didn't even use them. I was like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, well, why do we need so many? You know, if it's such an addictive substance.
Yeah, and like you see how quick, because like opioid addiction's so quick.
Yeah. Well, and then you know what's fucked up? If there's something like this actually helpful, right? So, for example, I've been taking this medication called citalopram. It's for anxiety. I've been on it for a long time.
yeah, I used to take that myself.
Yeah. Well, dude, like they only do 30 fucking pills a day because it's super addictive.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, like that's fine.
Yeah.
And but sometimes I'm like, I wish I had more because like it can be ordered. I don't want to be ordering every other week, right? Because it takes forever to get here. But like
through
I'll
the
play
VA?
that game.
Through
Like,
the VA?
yeah. But like I'll play that game, you know? However, if it's something that is super fucking addicting that could actually get me so hooked to the point that I'm craving it, they'll give me 90, 120 fucking pills.
That's scary. Yeah, it should not be that accessible.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, like, but this oxys, like I don't need this many oxys.
Yeah.
Number one. I need more of this fucking citalopram that you
Yeah.
won't give me. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, like they're pushing out kind of like
Right.
the worst ones, and like for a reason, sadly. Like
Jesus, yeah.
pharmaceutical industry is so sad and like scary
Wow.
because it's so
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
oriented, which is like the worst part. It's because like this is stuff that's supposed to be helping people, but they're just thinking of like, how can we keep getting people to come back? It's like, we will. Like if you just, you know,
Right.
if you do it the right way. Like I'm scared. Like that's why I don't take them, just because I'm so scared with how it could like lead to.
Yeah, I go through Gabby and I'm like, hey, so I'm feeling like this. I don't really want to take this. She'll be like, oh, just take half, or oh no, take this instead. Or
Try something.
Ooh, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna start messaging her.
Dude,
when I have it.
so I really just have given up the idea that I'm going to find a medical solution, because it doesn't, even if I put in the effort and try to come up with my own research, Gabby's probably going to know something that I don't know, ask a question that I hadn't even think about, or know a solution that I probably wouldn't have thought about. So it's kind of I'm like, well, what am I really going to get out of?
Yeah,
You know?
right, yeah,
Like,
Like,
what are you gonna really get that you're not gonna be
right. So if I just
information
ask,
an at-home dad?
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, at-home doctor, man, that's dope.
Love that.
yeah.
Love that for you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
With that being said, this was a Pwr Pod episode 5 officially.
6
Episode
was it 5 or 6?
It was 5.
5.
Yeah, we're learning how to count.
We're learning how to
Oh.
count. We're
Me.
numbers.
Our numbers,
Dyslexicness
my
is
numbers
hard.
were off. So this is episode 5.
Episode 5.
This was a great episode. The Pwr Pod.
Yeah.
I'm Carson.
And I'm Alan.
I'm Sylvia.
And we're going to take photos after.
Yes. Go
Right.
check them out on our
Yeah.
website. We'll be
Yeah.
live tomorrow.
Yes.
they will.
PWRHousemedia.com. Check us out.
Come check us out. Thanks, guys.
Bye.